Hello and welcome to Fresh Face Comics, the comic book podcast where a lifelong comic book reader guides his friend through the world of comics for the first time. My name is Joey Morgan, the aforementioned lifelong reader. With his, as always, is Jacob Licklider, the aforementioned newbie.
I am now formulating the theory that pretty much every plan that any writer had for what became the New 52 was just a continuation of what was being set up right before the New 52.
Oh yeah, big time, my friend. Today, why would Jacob be saying this, you might ask? Well, it is, of course, because today we are beginning our coverage of the DC Comics event Brightest Day, which is technically a continuation of our Jeff Johns Green Lantern coverage, just not with a lot of Green Lantern.
There'll be more Green Lantern in part 2, because this is our first part episode, I guess.
Yeah. This is going to take 2 full episodes to cover everything that I want to cover for this event, and even then, it's not the entire thing. Hell, the omnibus for this event is not the entire event. We're talking about the first 2 volumes of Brightest Day, the first 2 paperback volumes of Brightest Day. This is issues 0 and 1 through 16. So we got a number of issues to cover today. Next time on the show, we are covering the rest of Brightest Day, those last 8 issues, as well as all of the Green Lantern Brightest Day tie-ins, which are kind of their own little side story, but still kind of fun to read in tandem. Plus, I gotta get some actual Green Lantern coverage on this.
I was going to say, it's been Green Lantern. We got the Green Lantern stuff, and I feel like, because it's all going to be fallout from Blackest Night, because that's what this is. It's probably kind of important with some of the things that have been hinted to be going on off page.
Yeah. Well, to that point, getting into our non-spoiler section first, as always, Jacob, what is Brightest Day about?
So this really is just the parallel with Blackest Night. Is Batman on the brain? Maybe, ever so slightly. But there are 12 heroes that have been resurrected for some purpose. Now, it's important to preface this. I've only read the first 17 issues. So issues
you don't know the purpose yet. Actually, just as of recording this, just earlier today, I just finished my reread of Volume 3 and the Green Lantern stuff. So you don't know where this is all going yet.
No, I don't. I do think there's some interesting work done by so the writing behind this is Jeff Johns and Peter J. Tomasi.
Mm-hmm.
Which this was essentially a weekly book, which is wild. It means that the pace is very much okay. We're kind of doing each issue as its own little segment. So we're gonna get we're gonna do a couple of issues to set up the entire event, and then we're going to have different branching paths of some of our characters.
Mm-hmm.
All 12 heroes aren't the focus. It's basically a group split into 4.
Yeah,
4 ways basically.
But four different groups of characters. 5. I would say 5.
Oh, you would say 5?
You got the Hawks, you've got Deadman, you got Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, and Firestorm. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Basically all the groups that feature heavily on the cover of Volume 2.
Basically all the groups that feature heavily on the cover of Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
There is a purpose.
But mostly it's the villainous characters that were reserved for tie-in material that we don't really see much throughout these main issues. Aside from Jade, who's the only hero that's kind of omitted from a lot of this. But otherwise, it's odd. Yeah, because otherwise it's Reverse Flash, it's Captain Boomerang, it's Maxwell Lord. You're more villainous characters, and then Hawk is here too sometimes. But
Hawk is here. Hawk is here because Johns and Tomasi clearly had some interesting things to do with Dove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
And Hawk is really a way into that idea.
into that idea.
Yeah.
I will say there's some really interesting reflections on coming back from the dead.
In a comic book, that nature of just deaths and rebirths in comics. Yeah.
Both as a comic and both as just in general, what would it be like? It's taking the premise fairly seriously.
Yeah. It's really cool.
I think it does it largely works. But it's also so clear to me Jeff Johns had an Aquaman run in him.
Oh God, yeah. He was
And
desperate. He was clamoring to get the people to love Aquaman, and yeah, a lot of this is just a backdoor pilot for his Aquaman run, and you know what? It's a damn good backdoor pilot. It's really good.
it,
um,
it reads so much where my brain is just like, I think
um,
Johns was setting up like a version of The Trench and Throne of Atlantis as like an Aquaman book that he was going to ask to be on.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, and then he got pushed on doing Flash and leading into Flashpoint. So, and then, but also like, yeah, to that point, like a lot of these plot threads do get carried directly over into the New 52, specifically the Aquaman stuff. Your Dead Man and Dove stuff got carried over into the Rob Liefeld Hawk and Dove book. And also I'd forgotten, because I finished volume 3 today, the final kind of twist of the book leads directly into New 52 run as well. It's fucking crazy. But
there is, again, like I said at the top of the episode, the New 52 was such a poorly planned relaunch that, like,
it was essentially just more of what they were already doing.
which is not. I'm sorry, that's not a good jumping on point if you're claiming you're resetting
Yeah.
continuity to everything
And,
back to issue one.
yeah, and there are a lot of really good jumping on points. You've got your Batman, your Justice League, things like Action Comics, things like that. But also, I mean, something like, I would say Hawk and Dove is completely impenetrable. Not that anyone was reading Hawk and Dove, hence it was canceled after like 8 issues, I think. But
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible problem that Hawk and Dove are characters that feel dated even by like the late 2000s. Like
yeah,
they they
definitely.
they feel dated. It there isn't it clearly wants to be some nuanced discussion about like war and peace as like an idea.
Yeah,
It isn't really that. It doesn't really do that at all.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
there is Hawk is just characterized as angry, shouty Birdman. Um uh
Uh,
and Dove is fares better. Um
mhm. uh, uh, the only and to that point about like characters that carry over directly into the New 52, the only book that did that and remained successful was Green Lantern, because everyone was reading Green Lantern. So I mean, like, even like Aquaman, like like when Johns kicked off his proper run with the Trench, like it's not a continuation of this. You could just see a lot of the ideas that Johns was laying down in Brightest Day continue into the way he characterizes Arthur and Mara in that run. But which we've covered all of previously on the podcast. But you can find all that in previous episodes. But
it is wild that there's a certain character introduced here that it took them until Rebirth to actually reintroduce.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But I think we should get into some Blue Sky questions here. First up, with the bit. First up, it has been a long time since we've done it. First off, from our friend Jamie at Jamie-Season7, of course, submits Green Lantern ? With a picture of the pterodactyls from Doctor Who: The Visitation standing around seemingly a Green Lantern. Our friend Rose Panda at Joey can read this, submits the Green Lantern Corps ? With a picture with a gif of Kermit the Frog, saying it's not that easy being green. Indeed, it is not. Jimmy also submits Lantern Ring ? With a gif of Finn from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, saying it's a sterling silver clover ring. Next up, our Rose Panda also submits Brightest Day ? With I forget what this is. It's a Muppet Sun.
it's from Bear in the Big Blue House.
Is that what it is?
Sure
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's Bear in the Big Blue House.
I did
Because
watch
it
that show.
looks like
I watched that
the
show. Again, so
stylistically.
I think
Yeah.
you may be correct. Jamie also submits Dead Man ? With a picture of Owen from Torchwood, which I think is actually pretty good. I really like that.
That's pretty funny, yeah.
That's pretty good. Next to our friend Andrew at Andrew Doing Art submits Day ? With a close up picture of the word day from the title sequence of Father's Day from Doctor Who. And I think the most fitting one to close this out with today is Andrew also submitting Bright ? With a picture of the 15th Doctor played by Ncuti Gatwa regenerating at the end of Doctor Who's The Reality War. We are recording this on June 10th, 2026. That is all I will say on that.
That's all we're going to say. If you'd like more, Head
Go
over
to
to
the
Patreon.
Patreon. Go to the Patreon. Patreon.com/BloodedNet Let's see. On to actual questions, of which there aren't a huge amount. First up, Jamie Simmons. Will the cliffhanger be that Joey regenerates into Billy Piper? If so, will the podcast then be canceled?
No. The cliffhanger is that I, in fact, I generate first into Mason. And at the end of the next episode, Mason is going to regenerate into my brother Cole.
Of course, yes. Spoilers for the next episode, by the way. You should have let that with a spoiler warning.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah. Rules Panda also submits. Was it so bright you needed to wear sunglasses? No, actually, I think I was pretty safe throughout the entire reading
It's pretty safe.
of this
But,
extremely bright day.
but you know what? We're only 2/3 over. Sometimes the brightest stuff happens in the afternoon.
Indeed, that is true. That is true. I guess the afternoon would be the middle third, though, wouldn't it?
We'll see. No, night is its own section. Night is its own section, right?
Okay.
And like
I mean,
we're
sure.
because I didn't fuck up astronomy. Shut up.
Oh god. Last couple questions for our friend Andrew says, one, how does this crossover compare to Jeff Johns' other Green Lantern work? I don't know. What do you think?
So again, putting
It's
a
not
pin
really
in
a
the
Green
back.
Lantern story.
Yeah, it's not a Green Lantern story. It's very much easy to read. I do like a lot of the ideas at play. A lot of it's gonna come down to how well it sticks the landing because the story's only 2/3 over. Like,
Yeah.
if I had to give like one complaint, I think there's maybe a little too much time focused on setup before we get to starting to get some of the balls rolling, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But even then,
that's John's taking advantage of the fact that he knows he has 24 issues to do it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So. He's got 24 issues to do it in, plus a 0 issue, which I will say I think the 0 issue fuck that out completely. It's
interesting point.
It's the one that I feel like actually serves the pacing the least, but it's also setting up the tie-ins as well. So
yeah, it is also a 0 issue. So yeah. Whatever.
I also do. I mean, I do think like.
Oh yeah. Compared to other arcs, what do you think?
I don't think it's like somewhere. I think it's probably somewhere in the middle of like if we're counting this, at least where I'm at, because the ending could change this. This is the important part. I'm not going to say, oh, this is a entirely good crossover and successful. It's interesting. First 2/3 are good and shaping up to clearly having a good end spot in mind where they want this story to go and what Johns and Tomasi are trying to say with it. And there are individual plots that there are about 3 of the 5 individual plots I do love a lot, especially
dude, the Martian Manhunter one, dude. Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, there are a lot of really good ones in here.
It's kind of wild that the Dead Man one is in my like weaker of them. It's good. I like it a lot, but it's
despite our mutual love of Dead Man as a character.
Yeah. I think part of the problem is Hawk.
Hawk. I think you once said, as you were in the process of reading this book, that you told me that all of Hawk's dialogue was like nails on a chalkboard.
It really fucking is.
Yeah.
And this isn't a writer. This is into a writer. Well, two writers, but Jeff Johns is a writer who, even when he's bad, he's at least easy to read.
Yeah.
I don't know about the same for Tomasi because we've done some stuff with Tomasi, mainly in conjunction with this run because of
Green Lantern Corps. Yeah,
because of Green Lantern Corps.
Also, you don't know the ending of this story, though, right? You didn't like accidentally like flip to the end or anything because
no.
Because there's a character towards the end that could spoil the book for you.
Okay, well, I don't know that. I haven't actually looked ahead. I'm saying narratively, it's clear that there's an end goal. I don't know what the end goal is, but I can see that this is being written towards something. As well as I think of trying to bring up some like less prominent DC characters who.
Oh yeah,
let's be honest.
That's just the Jeff Johns method, you know.
Let's be honest. They could hold their own ongoing if comics publishing wasn't the way that it is. Like if it wasn't so much this with a weird distribution model where you have to do comic like I have to do comic shops, and pre-orders only count, and it's only physical stuff that counts, and not everything else. Like
Yeah.
this is why we get safe books like Batman, like so many
Yeah.
Bat
Yeah.
books. Like give Martian Manhunter an ongoing. God damn it.
Yeah.
Give Firestorm an ongoing. God damn it.
Yeah.
I think Aquaman has an ongoing right now. God damn it! But
small side tangent. Did I tell you my recent Absolute Batman local comic shop story?
I don't remember.
I reminded this because you're talking about like comic shops and pre-orders and everything. And I was at my comic shop recently. I was picking up my couple issues for the week, and one of them was Absolute Batman number 20. The one with the big Robin mech cover. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. They're doing Robin stuff. It's fun.
Yeah. So guy came into the shop. Goes to my local comic shop guy. And he's like, "Hey, do you have Absolute Batman?" And my comic shop guy is like, "Oh, well, yeah, we do. What issues do you need?" And he's like, "Well, I was hoping to start at the start." And my comic shop guy was like, "Oh yeah, I have those." He goes to the back, pulls out the issue. They're priced, number one is already like $100 and some, $200 if it's really really good condition. And the guy like they come in there clearly had never like bought a comic in his life. Was like, "Whoa, oh my god!" I was like, "Whoa, I didn't think it'd be that much." Has never heard of the concept of a trade, I'm sure, and everything. And then
I was gonna say at that point before your comic book, I was like. Okay, so we do actually have at least the first. If we don't have the first 3 trades in stock, we can get them for you pretty easily because they are in print.
And so I'm turned to the shelves at that point, and my comic shop guy yells over to me. He's like, "Hey Joey, how much did you pay for your Absolute Batman number 1?" And I was like $5 when it first came out.
$5?
$5 when it first came out, and it was just a really kind of funny experience. But then I was able to tell the guy like where to get trades and everything. So,
it's like no. You can get trades at your local comic shop, I believe, right?
My local comic shop is a bit smaller. He doesn't usually do trades. He has a huge stock of back issues.
Right.
He is mostly a back issue shop. In addition,
well, go to your local bookstore.
Yeah.
I am sure. I am sure that if they don't have it, they can get it to you because they can get trades pretty easily.
But just a fun little story I was reminded of. Sorry, last question for today though. Andrew, our friend, also submits in honor of Doctor Who maybe entering another wilderness era. Which Justice League member would you think would make the best companion, and why? Which would make the worst companion?
Best companion is Martian Manhunter. Like, please, Martian Shapeshifter, please. Give me something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm really down for that.
There's some stories.
I kind of like the idea of Ollie and Dinah as a companion duo to travel with the Doctor. I think that's a fun idea. I think that could be really cool. Bad companions?
Constantine.
See, I don't know. He would kind of give off kind of like I mostly think like expanded universe companions, like characters like Thomas Brewster and shit like that.
Yeah, but who actually likes Thomas Brewster? Like, no one likes that dynamic. People hate that dynamic.
It's true, but I kind of like the idea personally, mostly because it's John Constantine. But also, Constantine also isn't a Justice Leaguer, so I don't think that really counts, Jacob.
Shit, that's right.
I'm gonna say. Batman. Batman would be a bad companion.
Oh, yeah, no, that wouldn't.
Yeah, I think it'd be a pretty bad companion. Oh man, rip Doctor Who. All right, so that does it for questions today. Let's hop into some fresh face correspondence now. This is a part of the show where we read out your comments. Yes, your comments. That is you that are listening to this right now. Anywhere you comment, be it Spotify, YouTube, any other platforms that we can get your comments on, be it on regular episodes, fresh face one shots, anything. We read out those comments here. Today we only have one comment from our friend Jamie on our last episode for Dark Knights of Steel over on Spotify. Jamie says, "Those were not my Steel books. I think I just googled Doctor Who Steel with a little crying emoji." And I feel lied to now, Jamie. How dare you? All right, and that's it for correspondence. But as always, if you do want to be on correspondence, just comment literally on anything we do, be it on a regular episode or one shots over on YouTube or anything like that. We'll read out those comments on the show. All right, I think that covers that for today. I think that covers our non-spoiler section. If you're not sticking around for our spoiler section, you already know what we are covering next time. We're doing even more Brightest Day. It's Volume 3 and all of the Green Lantern tie-ins. So be sure to look out for that when that is out. Otherwise, after that, we will be revealing our next DC episode. And after that point, we only have 3 DC episodes left to go in this current DC block. And then we'll be on to some Marvel. So
lots of Marvel, yeah.
Lots of fun stuff incoming.
This is we're hopefully tying things together. I hope. And moving things forward. Block.
What?
tying up some loose ends this block.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean tying things up?
Things together. Yeah, no,
I truly didn't know you
sorry.
meant it first. Truly didn't
I'm
know you meant
the
it first. All right. But yeah, consider this your official spoiler warning. If you're not sticking around for spoilers, I also just go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Studios, and get lots of fun stuff over there. Although if you're not any of that, there's a $1 general support tier. It's your name down below in the description of everything we put out, and it's a cool place to be. Also, there's a lot of exclusive content over there, like more of the show and commentaries and all kinds of fun stuff. So, yeah. All right. Under our spoiler section, consider this your official spoiler warning. Let's hop right into this with Brightest Day number 0. This is there are little titles next to them as well. I don't know where these would have been in the actual issues, but this first one's called Carpe Diem.
Yeah, which
So,
is cute. Seize the day.
mhm.
Is cute. A lot of the titles are actually really quite good.
Yeah, they're
John's
good. They're good
knows how to
little.
John's is good at doing doing a title.
Yeah,
Um
yeah. Um,
uh
but yeah. So hopping right into this, we start off on a bird dying. Fascinating little image with some dead man inner monologue that sort of opens the issue as well. Deadman's going to be a big perspective character throughout all this
big
because
perspective character, yes.
bringing Boston Brand back to life is a pretty big thing.
And it's called out so much about how weird it is. I do just love this image of him smashing his own grave as like
yeah,
our
yeah,
first act of the book and
hmm
like throwing his mask away.
hmm it's good stuff.
All
Yeah,
all while the white ring he's been given is basically forces him to live and basically makes him lose his freedom of movement because oh my god, this poor guy gets like
poor
tossed
Boston
around.
Brand. I love Boston Brand so much. He's so good.
He gets dragged around this event so much to so many different places.
I love him.
Um,
He deserves everything. Um,
yes.
all right, Jeff Johnson's favorite pastime, naked Mara. So we we get Mara waking up in the morning to find also almost naked Arthur standing on a dock
I was gonna
staring
say
out the
shirtless
ocean.
Arthur.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. As he is wont to do. I don't know, man. I'm just especially. I literally laughed out loud when I saw the fucking panel of Mara diving into the water and the bubbles tactfully drawn around certain parts of her body as she dives in. It's so fucking funny.
that is the terrible thing of oh my god, they're so horny. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
some
yeah.
horniness in this book.
I mean,
Um,
yes, Mara is one of the most beautiful comic book characters of all time. Also,
yes.
chill, Johns, chill. But
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, this entire scene is. Here's the thing: there's going to be with this zero issue, there is a very much a why was I brought back musing question
mhm.
mark of this zero issue because this is the prologue and
Yeah, we're just establishing everyone's mindsets as the event begins, and
I
we have
do
a lot
like
of
I do
characters to
like
cover.
I do like getting the question there, why did I come back when other people could have?
Yeah.
Because like call out Garth still being dead, aka the original Aqualad.
Hmm.
Um slash Tempest slash I think yeah, those are two big
Yeah.
names.
Yep.
Um
Yeah, just some calls there, or just like Arthur feeling kind of guilty over this. There again, this is just I think Johns and Tomasi really take this opportunity to just actually examine what it means to be a resurrected comic book character and or just a resurrected fictional character in general, because this is a trope in fiction that can be easily glossed over, and I like that there's so much of this event is musing on what that might actually be like. A cool idea.
um
I also just love the moment where Arthur looks into the water and sees the reflection of his zombie
yes.
Blackest Night self staring up at him.
Do
Really
like
good
that
shit.
that Johns and Tomasi are definitely treating Blackest Night. And I'm sure Johns will do it when we get to the Green Lantern tie-ins
Mhm.
as lingering that it did the status quo did change. Like let's be honest, Johns is an advocate for in a lot of ways for changing the status quo of comics. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it can be easy to write up Johns as like the guy that brought back Hal Jordan and Arthur Curry and all these dead characters, but it's like no, he did it with the intent to re-examine them and reevaluate who these characters are, and to to shed some
push
new
them
light on them.
forward.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
exactly.
especially considering like when it comes to like especially with Aquaman, unlike say the Flash or the Green Lantern, where there are multiple characters with that mantle,
Mhm.
at this point it was just Arthur, like, since his inception, as far as I can think. Like,
Yeah. Um,
um,
yeah. So just a
uh,
cool point. I really like that.
yeah. Then the next couple of characters we get are
We
basically Sur's not appearing in this book. Um,
yeah, we get Reverse Flash and Captain Boomerang back to back. Incredibly sad we don't get more Captain Boomerang in this book. But
I do
love it.
like the hey, villains were also brought back, and that's weird.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well, I like the confrontation that Johns decides to show between Flash and Boomerang here. Of just like this is a new lease on life for everyone, and yeah, of course, villains are included in that. And there's Barry being Barry, also not back from the dead all that long, and
I was
having
gonna
his
say
origins
Flash Rebirth had happened like 2 years
maybe
before this, I
maybe
think.
not even a full year ago. I don't think like, um, yeah, it was pretty recent, but no, I just really like this conversation. We then get to see Hawkman and Hawkgirl. They're both brought back as well. And we're gonna examine them a lot as we see more of them later.
As they're being globe-trotting archaeologists trying to track down parts of their past lives,
Mhm.
uh, all with this idea that their cycle of death and rebirth is gives them a unique perspective, and I do really like that unique perspective as it plays through the rest of the book. Um, Also, I get the feeling that Jeff Johns and Peter J. Tomasi really wanted to tribute early sci-fi adventure stories like your Flash Gordons with this plot line specifically.
Yeah,
Like,
I could see that. I could see that. I'm
like
now
there's a
forget.
point.
I'm now unfortunately forgetting exactly where their plotline leaves off because I've read kind of all three of these volumes close to each other, but I feel
Uh,
like hmm, okay, I don't think you got to how much of the Zamaron stuff is there?
they have quite literally just
Just showed
twisted
up? Okay, gotcha.
that Zamoron is part of this because that's issue
Okay.
13, and
Yeah.
then 14,
Okay.
15, and 16 are
Are
the
a
other
different plot line.
plots.
Yeah. Okay,
Are the
gotcha.
other
All right.
plots.
Okay, so you haven't
Um,
gotten really into that yet. Okay, gotcha. Understood.
I have a feeling that's also my.
To that point, you get a little hint of it with the purple glowing with Shira and Carter early on here.
Yes, which I really should have picked up on. Like,
I mean, hey, it's one of those cool things that just I don't know. There's something rewarding about rereading these things, and
I
this is
think
this, this is only my second time going through the whole event, and it's a fun experience.
isn't this your first time going through it with the Green Lantern tie-ins as part of
Yes,
it? Like,
yeah. When I had originally read the event, it was I read this full on the before I had read all of the GL tie-ins. So it's cool doing it
um,
again. Here's the thing: realistically, when we get to the GL stuff, they don't tie directly into a lot of the main events of Brightest Day. It's kind of its own little side story. But we'll get into that when we get into that next time. But there's still a cool experience to do together. But yeah, so we end our Hawkman and Hawkgirl segment with the image of these the very first bodies of
being found by a mysterious figure.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Also, Maxwell Lord is here. He's not going to get much time to shine because, again, he's not part of the main event. So,
I do
that's,
kind of like it. It feels like he's trying to either give himself superpowers or end his life.
yeah.
Like
Again, it's just that question of what does a comic book resurrection actually do to a guy? And I think the answer is realistically, it fucks you up, and you're going to need at least 24 issues to examine yourself. So,
yes,
um, but great little scene there. Before we hop into one of my personal favorites, one of the stars of this event for me, with a Martian Manhunter here. Love the
Poor John Jones.
oh my god,
Oh,
the man is going through it. Yeah, we go back to his grave on Mars, and Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner are here to say hello to him. They're here to give him some chacos as a gift, which is
and
lovely.
milk.
Yeah, really sweet stuff. And I just really love Jean as a character here. Like he's one of those characters that has the most to say. One of the most to say on the situation in general, because he was the last of his people, and we're going to examine that particular point going forward with
Quite a
John.
lot.
Yeah,
We're going to examine that, and he's already laying out that no, I want to resurrect my people, basically.
important
Like
mission statement. Stick a pin in that.
stick a pin in that.
Think about that for 2 seconds, John. Is that something you actually want?
Is this
uh,
something you want, or are you in throes of grief?
yeah. To that point, I know you were saying you didn't love this zero issue, I think, before we were recording, but I don't know. I think it just does a good job of setting up just the mission statement of each of these characters and being like, if we're going to take them on these larger arcs across the event, like, we need to tell the reader pretty explicitly where they're at the start of their journey.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I like sequences of it. I do think because it tries to give all 12 something.
Yeah. But again, also, keeping in mind that it's the start of the entire event and not just the main Brightest Day issues. So,
This is also true.
yeah. We also
Because
get
our
Jade
next big
here.
one is Jade and Kyle Rayner on Noah with the Green Lantern Corps.
Mm-hmm.
Jade not wanting to get back together with Kyle for, look, being Kyle Rayner's girlfriend
It doesn't go well. It usually
doesn't
doesn't end
go
well.
well.
Usually
I
doesn't
blame
end
Ron
well.
Mars personally. It's
This
mostly
is
his
true.
fault.
This is true.
Um,
We now go to Gail Simone live with her thoughts on the matter.
What's your thoughts on the matter?
Next up, another tearjerker of a plot line. Man, Firestorm. Good God. Ronnie Raymond and Jason Rush, and Martinstein for that matter, of course.
And Martin Stein.
Yeah.
There's
Jason Rush's girlfriend was killed, and Jason is kind of living with some survivor's guilt over a lot of that.
Survivor's Guilt, and I don't think do we establish how bad his dad is here, or is that in a later issue?
I think it's a later issue. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we don't really get into it here. Right now,
Yeah, it's a later issue.
We're examining his dislike of Ronnie Raymond for being kind of a dumb college kid. And
I mean, here's the interesting thing: is both of these boys are utterly traumatized, and they're coping in. They're both coping in ways that it makes sense for children for like young adults of their age to cope.
Yeah,
It just so happens that they are opposite ways, and
mm-hmm.
those opposites they don't really complement each other. Like,
Yeah,
I love the blow up of tell me her name. Also, just the general hey, being forced to fuse his firestorm, like not intentionally.
Because Jason goes to punch Ronnie, and they fuse. Also, the Atom has been here the whole time, and the Atom's gonna try to help us out through this in future issues. And then, oh man, we cut over to Kandak, and I'm so glad this isn't part of the main event. I do not give a single fuck about whatever this plotline is or
About
was.
Osiris, it feels a little Orientalist. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
I mean, I'm not sure we can quite pass judgment based on 2 pages.
Based on 2 pages, yes, but this just I'm like this is 2011, 2010, 2011,
2010.
2010. I'm not. I'm glad we don't deal with this plot line.
Yeah. Let's stay far away from it for now. So now over to a possibly even less exciting character. Let's talk about Hawk. Another one of our.
Is this the first time we're dealing with Hawk and Dove on the podcast? I genuinely don't remember. Probably
I think
not.
they've had small appearances here and there. I know they were in like Death of Superman, I believe.
Yeah, and aren't they in? Are they in Suicide Squad somewhere? I don't remember.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I'm not sure.
Look,
I'm not sure.
Here's the thing. I don't like Hawk and Dove. I'm sorry.
I mean, I like Dove. I like Dove. I think.
I'm sorry. I don't like the concept of Hawk and Dove in the hands of most comic writers. I am sure you could find a writer who could do the examination of War versus Peace. The problem with the examination of War versus Peace is that it kind of sets up an argument that favors war inherently, even though we make Hawk an asshole. But like, I'm like, you're kind of always entertaining this idea that some sort of self-defense is necessary, and I'm
It's
like,
it's
hey,
it's it's also it's also a hard thing to do in superhero comics when the main conceit is usually fighting bad guys with our fists. You know?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like fighting in a superhero comic, like you can look, you can tell these were characters created during the Vietnam War.
Yeah, yeah. But also to that point, that's why they kind of get that revamp, and the guy Dove is replaced with Dawn.
Yes.
And Dawn is just an infinitely better character, and she is also one of the stars of this event, and I really like her in this.
Weird. The character that got completely revamped by a writer that was outside of the initial conceit works better. I wonder if that says
Crazy.
anything about this character. But like, yeah. Once again, blah blah blah. Hawk is literally a war hawk. Like one of his lines is,
Yeah,
uh, "Might makes right" is the only thing these evil bastards understand.
pretty
I'm like, what?
crazy. Pretty crazy. Yeah. But we then bring all these threads together as Deadman has been the one visiting all of them. We get this beautiful single page of this connection between Deadman and all the other characters here. Really cool page. And then we close out the issue with a gigantic natural green forested star appearing in the middle of Star City.
Yeah, and in that, you know, it, Boston's been brought back to help me live, being the thing in the ring slash lantern, because there is a lantern in New
Yes, there's
Mexico.
a white lantern. And the first person coming here to examine it is, of course, our boy Sinestro. And
Yes,
yeah, we're gonna get more into him actually in the GL tie-ins, but for now we have a little.
I had a feeling because I'm like,
Yeah,
hmm.
he's only just here, and it's yeah. We'll talk about
Well, he
him
gets
more next time.
he's in issue one,
Yeah, yeah.
two.
In a scene that is repeated verbatim in the first GL tie-in.
I wonder if anyone was overworked.
Or sorry, the dialogue is the art is different.
The art is
Uh,
different. Um,
but on to properly issue one, Bryce Day number one, Second Chances, opening on well, hey, get a nice good look at those Green Lanterns and their rings and all kinds of lanterns. Because it's all you're gonna get from an event called Brightest Day. So
yeah, well, again, now I now totally understand why this isn't included in the Green Lantern by Jeff Johns Omnis.
yeah,
Like,
it's not
I
a
was
Green Lantern
worried.
event.
I was worried this was going to be like a Batman by Grant Morrison situation, where for whatever reason they don't include all of Resurrection of Ra's al
Oh
Ghul.
yeah, yeah.
There are
Here's the thing: when you read the tie-in story to this event, in the third Jeff Johns Omni, you like you could read it completely on its own. You don't need Brightest Day for it. I think Brightest Day helps the experience because I think it's a very cool follow up to Blackest Night as a story. And I would call it pretty essential for that if you were invested in Blackest Night, and a lot of people were. But yeah, so investigating this White Lantern, we have Hal, Carol, and Sinestro all arriving here to ponder its meaning, and Sinestro to be a bit of a dick as ever. There's also a fun little jab at Sinestro with Carol and Hal calling it a sword in the stone, and Sinestro not knowing the story, which I think is a fun little bit of
little
banter.
jab, yeah. And the
Yeah,
whole idea is that like the real question is like, if this is the sword, where's King
who's
Arthur?
yeah.
And I do like the idea that Boston Brand is kind of our King Arthur.
Mm.
He doesn't believe himself to be King Arthur. The fact that
Mm-hmm.
like I'm going to jump ahead because we're in spoilers. I can spoil shit.
That is true.
When Batman shows up, he tries
Yeah,
to pawn this off to Batman, and it's
yeah.
like, no,
Mm-hmm.
actually, it's not Batman, bitch.
Yeah.
Um,
I love it.
Batman's too busy right now.
I love Boston
Um,
Brand so much. He's so good. He deserves so much more. I mean, I say that, and he's basically one of the main characters of a huge event like this.
you know
But
what? He's a character. Here's the thing. He deserves an ongoing where he's holding his own book,
he's getting one
which
right
is
now. It's called The Dead Man. It's having its
yes,
next level. Yeah, which is very
yes,
cool.
I know. It's really cool because
Yeah,
he he's a character. It's a terrible thing. He's a character who I like whenever he shows up in things, but he's only ever seemed to show up on this podcast and crossovers and things, which isn't
yeah,
like
yeah,
bad. It isn't necessarily bad. It's more of a there's a tendency for DC not to take as many risks as perhaps they should, and
yeah.
just get someone creative. So it'll be interesting to see him in an ongoing.
Yeah. But getting back to Dead Man here, to this point, we begin tying some of our other characters together with Boston witnessing an attack on Arthur and Mira as they are in full Aquaman and I mean Mira's Mira. There's no superhero name for her, but
Mira.
Mira's Mira. But they're
Basically stopping
some
pirates / child traffickers.
God,
like
this you could tell this issue's drawn by Ivan Reis because I love the way Ivan Reis does Arthur and Mira. They look so good. It's just God, so good.
I do have the DC wiki. I have the DC wiki up just to try to like give us who drew everything. Interestingly
Because
enough,
the Omni doesn't break it down.
no, the Omni doesn't. I get it. I have a 2022 reprint of an Omni that was originally published in 2014. Like,
Mhm.
guys, I would like to know who drew each issue, if that's not too much to ask. Like,
Yeah.
when Marvel has you beat in doing that, DC, we've got a
Yep.
problem.
Yeah.
But I don't like giving Marvel props for when they do good things with their collected editions.
Yeah, because you really can't hand it to Marvel, but
No, because they
yeah.
barely keep their shit in print.
No. Whereas you can still buy this Brightest Omni for a reasonable price, and that's great.
Yes.
But anyway, but that's entirely beside the point. Yeah, we get to see Arthur and Mira taking on some bad guys on a boat. They summon a Kraken to do so. Some fun
But
action.
the Kraken is dead. Like,
Yes,
and that is horrific. Like, I love
zombie Kraken. It's good shit.
I love just this fear of Arthur's connection to the ocean isn't with now life; it is now with death. Like, hinting that he might be slightly undead.
Yeah.
Like, because there is this fear with a lot of the people who've come back that they're going to become Black Lanterns again. And foreshadowing is a literary device in such a fascinating way.
Yeah.
Because it then kind of subverts the expectation when Deathstorm does in fact show the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh man, and I think I talked about this a lot back when we did cover Blackest Night. But God, I love Deathstorm so much.
So much fun.
He's so campy.
But
yeah,
of course, Aquaman being back. Oh no, I can hear madness strings playing for one Black Manta, who is just like literally sees red.
Yeah,
just murder spree.
Yep, just kills an entire diner's worth of people, and is ready to go on the hunt once more. We then cut over to Firestorm with Ronnie and Jason trying to figure out what's going on with how they're bonded. Martin Stein's trying to help them figure all this out
and separate, which they can't seem to do. And that's all that plot is here. On Mars, we get some gorgeous visual storytelling. I don't think by Ivan Reis, because there's there are 5 pencilers credited here on this issue. It might be Gleason. This might be Patrick Gleason, or it might be Artie and Syaf. I'm not sure.
I feel like it's Syaf because I feel like I know Gleason well enough. But yeah, we get Jean trying to change Mars and try to like get it to a point where it can support life once more. And as he is doing this, as something begins taking over him, he begins shape-shifting into his zombie form for a moment. He has to sort of fight that off.
And he sees himself killing Professor Erdl, which is wild.
Yeah.
There's also just a random woman there too. It's like, put a pin in that.
We're gonna go find them. Jean leaves Mars. We then cut over to the Hawks, Hawkman and Hawkgirl. And why is it Hawkgirl? It's surely at this point it should be Hawkwoman. Whatever. So
probably because probably because of sexism. Like,
until look, either we can start calling Shiera Hawkwoman, or we have to call Carter a Hawkboy, and I'd much rather the second option, honestly.
I'd much rather
because I think it would be funny because Carter's such a ridiculously hyper masculine character. I just think that would be really funny.
Oh my god, Carter is a 1930s pulp hero. He's like.
Have you ever seen like some of the covers for the New 52 Savage Hawkman series? It is.
I have not.
It is fucking ridiculous.
Who wrote that series? Who wrote the series?
I want to say that was Liefeld. Actually, I'm pretty sure that was Liefeld.
I'm
I haven't
face
read that one.
palming. I don't have my camera on, but I'm face palming.
Savage Hawkman was yeah, it was Liefeld. Yep.
Liefeld. Was he doing the art too, or was it just
No, Tony Daniel was. Um
okay? But
so
like Tony Daniel doing super crazy hypermasculine pulp shit would go hard.
it does go hard, like, yeah, but it is still just fucking ridiculous.
Yes. Anyway, they are finding their bodies being stolen. We have a big action scene.
Yeah, good. So
and
Johns will sometimes supplement a fair bit of a weekly event series like this with some big fight sequences, and it does make it pretty breezy to read. But you can tell where we're kind of cutting corners.
we're cutting corners, and we're realizing again there's a tricky part to doing an event with a 0 issue and an issue 1. Not everyone's going to read the damn 0 issue.
Yeah, so this whole Hawkman and Hawkgirl segment is essentially just reestablishing that the remains of their first bodies, and
that they're going right to Hathset. That's it. And then we end on our final page of
Manta rising out of the ocean, and God, I love an Ivan Reese Black Manta. It's so fucking cool.
It's good. It's great.
Oh God, good shit.
It's sort of our great. We need a last page zinger because we haven't devoted enough time to. We've established each plot line, but we haven't really got them rolling yet.
On to Brightest number 2 though, a cover that goes so hard. I love that. I just love the Arthur connection with the zombie shit. I think it's such a cool image.
It is quite nice. I think that David Finch does most of the covers though too. Like
they are really cool.
I think sometimes with different inkers and things, but like it's David Finch doing the pencils, and they're great. So let's talk. This is where we're actually going to be able to get the story to slow down and actually move some plot lines along just a little bit more.
We get Adam trying to help Firestorm some more, helping them to separate. The Atom has to go inside of the Firestorm matrix, and they can't argue while he's in there, for fear of killing the guy inside. So
killing the microscopic professor who's just trying to help them.
And trying to get Ronnie Raymond and Jason Rush to not fight in this delicate time in their lives it proves rather difficult. So especially when there is another voice in their head, one that they do not know where it's coming from. So in where the voice is coming from, we'll find out later. But it does cause them to argue some more. There is a dangerous chemical reaction within him as Martenstein runs away. Explosion goes off. We cut away then to New York, where that's right, John says horror. Oh man.
God. So I don't associate Jeff Johns with horror, but
so we get this. These kids are playing like rock band, and
with their dad. It's like happy family,
and mom is watching the TV and sees that news of Martian Manhunter coming back to life and says resurrected and all that, and then the mom just kills the entire family and peels off her skin, and there's some white Martian shit.
Did I mention peels off her
shit going on? It's man, it's oh god. It's so much. It's fucking gnarly. Oh my god! Now this is Patrick Gleason. This is Patrick Gleason. Yeah, this is good shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I also did check on the writing credits. It does seem to be co-written by Johns and Tomasi, like each issue. It's both of them credited.
Yeah.
So it is. If I had to guess, I'd imagine both plotting and one of them doing the scripting proper.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, it's probably Tomasi doing the actual words.
I would say probably Johns is probably plotting,
because this is Johns. This is currently Johns in his "I'm the Golden Boy at DC."
He's doing. He's getting busy, but also is still so incredibly creatively charged and has a lot of great ideas.
But we immediately follow off this horror with something kind of equally horrific of Martian Manhunter shifting into Professor Ertl's Often.
Oh god, heebie-jeebies. I actually got a chill seeing that again. Oh god.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
my note is like, this is just, I thought the zombie story was, horror focused.
well, it's almost
Nope.
yeah. Oh god, yeah. He goes inside there, looks at the picture in there with a little note on the
Our big
back.
twist is Erdl had a daughter.
Mhm.
Um,
Um, we then
Pin
cut
in
over
that.
to the Hawks again, as they are smashing everything apart to try to figure out where Hatset is, and
And
trying
it turns out
to
that Hatset has made again, another horrific image of not a lot of death masks made
yeah
of the Hawks throughout their lifetimes. Um, and I do love sort of the like we've been resurrected, but we're still gonna be fucking trapped in this cycle. Like the sword of Damocles is hanging over our heads.
yeah
We have the feeling someone's cutting the thread.
yeah
Um,
yeah. It's it's good shit. We then
and
cut over
Carter is
Marshall.
again pulp hero of we could just kill him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I wonder. It annoys me. So in terms of characterization, Carter and Hank Hall are characterized kind of similarly in a lot of
kinda.
ways, as they are
Yeah.
both masculine. They're both hyper masculine, coming from the root of pulp heroes that often use violence before asking questions.
Mhm.
One of them annoys me. And I'm totally like, why is Carter more charming? He couldn't be. They
Yeah,
are
I mean,
incredibly similar.
it
Like,
is the fact that Carter actually listens to his female partner,
this
crime
is,
fighting
this is
partner,
probably true. It's
and Hank completely disregards Dawn at every
at
possible
every
opportunity.
turn.
Yeah,
And when Carter disregards Shara, the narrative frames it as a bad thing. Whereas
yeah,
when Hank does it, I don't want to say he's rewarded. Like, it's fine. There's
yeah,
no real consequences. Like,
yeah,
or any
um,
consequences don't feel like they have any actual weight behind them. Uh,
yeah.
yes.
But then we go back to Martian Manhunter, who goes to visit Erdl's daughter. And
And does something really fucked up. Like,
yeah,
like my notes are, John, why do you keep making these fucked up decisions? What's wrong with you?
yeah. Jean, like a lot, like many people post Blackest Night is in a weird headspace, and I like the way John's wants to tackle that. But yeah, he goes to visit her, his daughter, not Erdl's daughter, and takes her. He sees her as her father. Um, Takes her up into the sky, delves into her mind. There's some really fucked up ethical stuff there. Again, well that's an arc that will become important later on.
He's doing a lot of fucked up ethical shit. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad Absolute Martian Manhunter seemed to be really well received. It's one that I would love to read someday for the podcast
Hmm.
because it seems like
Well,
my shit.
it is unfortunately one of the only absolute books I haven't read. It's just that and Flash. Those are the only ones I haven't read, and I should get around to it. Um, but yeah, he delves
Turns
into her
out
mind.
Dr. Erdl and his daughter might have accidentally brought some psychotic Martian thing to Earth.
Yep,
Um,
and it may have something to do with other Martians.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Uh,
He returns her to her bed. Uh,
I
he,
do kind of. It's that fucked up. John's being really sweet and pretending to be her dad, and being like, "Oh no, I'm giving you a nice rest." As this old woman is slowly dying of old age.
yeah,
Um, but it's also just tinged with, "Hey, this is manipulative and wrong and totally fucked up." We're gonna
yeah,
do it. So,
yeah.
and
Um,
now we realized, oh shit, we've made a mistake. We're running out of pages. The
and Arthur.
Boston brand is told to fight and gets transported to the Anti-Monitor.
Yep.
Whammo cliffhanger.
Yep. On to issue 3. Yeah, picking up exactly where we left off. Boston is before the Anti-Monitor, and is told by the White Ring to fight. Fight for his life.
There's
Boston
also
brand of
we would
Earth.
say Boston has still been invisible until this point. It's like, oh
Yes.
yeah. See, I think this is where my slight issues with like the early story taking too much setup, because there's definitely a sense of these plots kind of happening, like this anti-monitor plot, I think just kind of fades into the background, like
Mm,
after this point.
we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it.
Okay, it could be something in the again.
It'll come back. It'll come back. Don't worry.
I was gonna say again, just a reminder. I've only read the first 2/3, and I
Yeah.
intentionally did that because like when we get to final thoughts, my final thoughts are gonna be like, no, I've only read 2/3.
Join us next episode. Same fresh face time, same fresh face channel.
Fresh face channels.
But he sends this white light, the image of all the resurrected characters, towards the anti-monitor. He is just trying to like then escape the anti-monitor.
He gets ever so slightly cocky, and then it's like, oh shit, the ring can't do it. I'm fucked. Goodbye.
Yeah. Fucks off. We then go to catch up with Ronnie and Martin. Ronnie is in a hospital bed as after the explosion caused by the Firestorm Matrix. Jason,
but mainly it's explicitly made that Ray Palmer was able to separate them.
Yeah,
it's really dangerous. Like you need to.
We need, we need these guys to just not touch ever again.
Yes. Well, there's some interesting subtext, I think, to Ronnie and Jason as Firestorm. Like there's just really interesting subtext of two people who have these massive issues. I think could really care for each other, like as characters.
Oh yeah.
If they were able to sit down and talk. And they also come from their own backgrounds that are already kind of harsh, like it's really interesting because we meet Jason's dad here.
Yeah, and I like the way that Johns and Tomasi decided to like parallel Martin and Jason's dad as father figures. Martin is not Ronnie's real dad, quote unquote, but he's a much more caring figure there, and Jason's dad is
caring and accepting figure. Like Jason's dad is actively disapproving. Just like far be it to me during what's Pride Month to read clear subtext into this, but it's kind of there.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Like Firestorm as a character, maybe unintentionally, but two men having to fuse into one body. There's a queer reading there, like right for the picking, and making it two young men who have had difficult pasts and a home life, and one having a home life where a father does not accept someone for who they are. It's there.
And for Jason, of course, that manifests in really strong bottled up emotions that come out in angry spurts, and Ronnie seems, like he doesn't care. Seems really carefree, and like can seem the opposite to Jason, and seem like callous because of that. And I love this little moment.
And a lot of it's the art. A lot of it's the art that shows that. No, he cares deeply. It's just I've got to be happy-go-lucky Ronnie Raymond.
Yeah. Well, I love after this blow-up, then there's that little moment. It's done all through the art. It's really good. Where after the blow-up between Jason and his dad, Jason's dad leaves. Ronnie leaves his hospital room. There's just this moment of eye contact between Jason and Ronnie Ronnie's just walking away from it. Really cool moment. Really
but they're both crying. Like
yeah.
It's there. And Ronnie is scared.
Yeah,
and realizing, not wanting to admit, he remembers murdering Jason's girlfriend. He remembers doing that. Like,
yep. And then Jason's dad yells at Ronnie to stay away from him, and it's just, it's so sad. I love it. It's so good. But we go over to Arthur then, who is trying to contact sea life again, only to someone yet another zombie creature. Yeah.
This is also where we get first hints of Mira's backstory. Because let's be honest, people don't talk about Jeff Johns retconning Mira's backstory to make her evil underwater dwellers, exiles of Atlantis. Like
this plotline is the big thing that gets carried over into Johns' Aquaman run, and
this is the groundwork for I want to write Aquaman as an ongoing. And
please DC, when you are done with me, when you are done using me to write the next event, can I please have an Aquaman run, please?
And I have an Aquaman book. I want my big goodbye on Flash to be something called Flashpoint, where I have an idea about once again, Flashpoint wasn't meant to reboot the entire universe when Johns originally plotted the damn thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was meant to be the end of his time on Flash.
And then Dan DiDio was like, yes, you can have your Aquaman, but only if you continue writing Green Lantern for another year, and we also put you on Justice League.
We also put you on Justice League, and also we're rebooting the universe.
Yes, and also the second you're done writing Green Lantern and Aquaman, you have to write a big DC event spinning out of Justice League, and then also write JLA.
And also, we're eventually going to give you an Aquaman spin-off that's going to last, I think, 12 issues.
Yeah. Oh God, poor guy. Like, honestly, I just don't blame him. I can never actually be mad at the guy for this era. Like the era that spun out of this. Like, poor guy.
I mean, the person I blame is
the Burger King himself.
Is Dan DiDio. Is Dan DiDio. Like,
he truly is a Burger King.
Well, here's the thing. I saw someone notice that, there's a lot more objectification of women in DC immediately after Dan DiDio got power. Like,
yeah.
Immediately. Yeah. Anyway, hey, you want to do some more horror?
Let's go for it, man. So Jean goes to see the mangled bodies of the family that was murdered in New York.
I'm 90% sure this is a Magnus Archives episode. I'm 90% sure this is a Magnus Archives episode.
Oh God. Jean, oh God, this fucking moment. Jean then finds the dog in the animal shelter in the city and probes its mind to see what it saw when the White Martian murdered the family. Just, God, it's so good. Fuck. It's fucking gnarly. Yeah, really good shit. We then go to we get a little interlude here with the White Lantern, getting to see what it's doing in this crater in the middle of Star City.
The Bermuda Triangle is a thing. It's causing issues.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be part of the Aquaman plot. Don't worry.
Indeed. Yes, it'll all come back.
It'll all come back.
It all comes back. We go over to the Hawks. We are going to find Hatset, who is utilizing these dead, decayed remains of old bodies of Carter and Shayera to try to contact them, I believe. Is that it? I think that's it.
Yeah, and then using them to create a portal to another dimension.
Yeah, that's it. And that's where the issue ends.
yeah, big old ending.
Oh God! Oh man, I love the number 4 cover. I really love that cover. That's so good. That Deathstorm as a White Lantern. Oh God, gorgeous stuff.
And it was at this point where I think we start to actually move things along and shift a bit more into each issue becomes we're going to take 1, maybe 2 plot lines and move them forward.
Yeah, and then we'll do that. We'll kind of swap them out as we go along. So we open here. Issue 4 begins on a big Hawkman and Hawkgirl segment as they go into this big old portal to find a realm of death and destruction as they see and experience a lot of their past lives. I love this big 2-page spread, this montage of all of their past deaths. Some really fun ideas in there that I feel like they had a field day coming up with different ways we could portray the deaths of Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
I do like that they always seem to be on the outside of their initials. The ones being, literal Pharaoh. They seem to be underdogs. Like,
yeah, oh yeah,
like
definitely.
It's really nice. Like, they're revolutionaries in the American Revolution.
Yeah,
as indicated by one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool
Surprise!
stuff.
They're on another planet where.
Yeah.
Look. This is pulp sci-fi. This is pulp sci-fi from the 30s, and we're tributing it.
There are big floaty rocks, and it's going to be fun. So,
but we're not getting more of that plot line until the next issue.
Yeah,
we're done.
For now, we go over to the Hawk and Dove plot line, specifically about Dove, as Deadman.
We also realized, well, this is now visible.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to actually get him integrated into one of these plot lines, and we need at least a second character in the Hawk and Dove plot line whose dialogue isn't nails on a chalkboard. So,
Boston lands in Hawk and Dove's apartment.
In Washington, D.C.
Yes. Dawn wakes up, turns into Dove. Sees Boston. Boston is obviously shocked to find out that somebody can actually see him. And as they're beginning to talk and trying to explain themselves, Hawk comes raging, breaking down a fucking door into Dove's room, trying to murder Boston immediately. Good God, this guy. Breaks into here, threatens Boston.
Is pissed at the possible implication that Dove immediately jumps to the conclusion that Dove is fucking Dead Man. Like,
Yeah.
that's the initial implication where it's like, okay, my guy, like, she can have a life outside of you.
Yeah.
You clearly don't love each other. Like, you let her do it.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and then he's like, well, fine, fine. You're gonna resurrect my brother, bitch. Like, you don't have a choice in the matter. I
Insanity. Uh,
and that's our cliffhanger for the issue. Like, that's where the issue ends because we come back to
what?
this plot line right at the end as our
I was
zinger.
gonna, I
And
was
like,
gonna say, that's not the end of the issue. What?
no, that's where the issue ends. Is you're gonna resurrect my brother, bitch.
Wait,
I'm jumping ahead.
you worked me ahead. I was like, what? Huh?
I'm
Okay.
jumping ahead because I think like some of these covering the plot line itself where the
Yeah.
issue goes is helpful,
Yeah.
especially when it's nails on a chalkboard Hawk dialogue.
Yeah.
And then
So hi, let's say hi for the very first time to Jackson Hyde.
hi,
Look at
hello.
him. Oh, look at him. You didn't know was his very first
I
appearance.
did. Here's the thing. I thought he was a Rebirth character. Honestly,
No,
like
yeah. You can't be blamed for thinking that. You really can't.
I
Uh,
again, first appearance weirdness. He's straight in this one, and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
okay. I don't buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's but yeah, no, we get this nice little introduction to him. It's very simple, very small.
Doesn't know how to swim. His girlfriend
Yep.
Maria's going to teach him, and oh, surprise, water's gone.
Yep.
And it has gone to the. It might have gone to the Bermuda Triangle. Like that's
Yes.
question mark.
Because meanwhile,
But
in the
also,
Bermuda Triangle,
hi
let's
Siren. Hi
hi Siren.
Siren.
Hi. Yeah.
I thought you were like a new 52 character.
No. Again, this is all Jeff Johns' Aquaman being set up here. So, um, we get a little scene with Ronnie then as he is haunted by the image of Jason's dead girlfriend.
Who is also Salt. Who is also Salt for.
Who is Salt? Chemical things because
It's implied. It is implied. It is implied that
he created her.
Jason, who can't get his, obviously for good reason, can't get his mind off of his dead girlfriend, and blames Ronnie, is sending this constructed salt against him.
Yeah.
Again, great little emotional scene, and then we have our ending with talking Dove. Yeah. Whatever.
And we go to number 5, Brightest number 5. So picking up with this one with Aquaman as
also the title of this one is Under Pressure.
Bum 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 bum. So we pick up with them, and they are traversing underwater as they are attacked then by Siren and the soldiers from Zabel.
Which
cut over.
Again, there's a brief interlude then of
Hawk and Dove.
Hawk and Dove. Redman can't resurrect him. Blah blah blah. Not important. Well, I mean, important, but
it's pretty important. It's pretty important. It's important. But yeah, we get this great fight scene then with Aquaman and Siren. Mira jumping into the whole thing, them escaping before this big old explosion aboard this ship.
We get the tease that you haven't told him, have you? And once again, I will say Arthur's kind of dumbass for not seeing the familial resemblance. Like,
I suppose,
I'm sorry,
but I think the resemblance mostly comes from the identical scale fish armor that every single undersea superhero and villain wears in the DC universe. So I really can't blame him, honestly. But we go over to Hawkman and Hawkgirl then, who again are on this other planet. I forgot.
This isn't the only plotline that this happens in. Like, Ichor of Death is what I'm calling it.
Yeah, it's again just the moments. Maybe it's because it's not a horror story. But I think the moments of horror hit harder in this story than Blackest Night because you're not expecting it when it comes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
like these little moments, like when Carter and Shayara kiss, and just this their cheeks and bone structure turns all veiny, and they separate, and this black goo fucking separates between them. It's fucked up. It's so cool looking.
so cool looking.
Really well done.
And then the rest of this plot line is going to be for this issue is a bunch of action where they get attacked by animal people, and
Yep.
then Shiara gets kidnapped.
Yep. And is that the rest of the issue? Actually, that might be.
That's the rest of the issue, pretty much for them.
Because then Boston cannot resurrect Donald. But
and it's very much this idea that no, he's like I do like Dove's suggestion in this plot of maybe Boston can't resurrect people who are fully at peace with themselves. Like, yeah, that's
cool idea.
That's good. Like,
cool idea.
We get a brief introduction of Carter being welcomed to Hawk World by our lion man,
who kind of looks like Teor from Critical Role.
My note is literally discount Teor Pride.
Do you actually?
Yes,
that's great. That's great.
Because I've been trying to catch up. I'm not caught up, but
maybe
I am by the time this comes out. Probably not.
Maybe I believe in you. But then we end our issue with the reveal that Mera was sent here to kill Aquaman. We go into Brightest Day number 6.
I'll say, even though I know Mera's backstory because we've read the Johns run where the Johns run and mainly the following runs where that becomes really important. It's a really good cliffhanger. Like,
it's good stuff.
Also, I will say, I love that. As far as I can tell, I could be wrong because we haven't read another Aquaman run outside of New 52. Like, we haven't really done much pre New 52 Aquaman stuff. Like, where even he's a major player. Because the nature of how many comics, so little time. Did you get a feeling that Johns isn't changing Mira's character by doing this? Like,
no, of course not. Of course not.
It's an additive retcon instead of a.
Yeah, you can immediately get the sense that like Mera is a different person than the context that Johns is adding to that backstory, and I enjoy that.
Yes.
Quick note. It's this weird thing. I noticed it. I only noticed it on this time reading this Omni. Is your Brightest Day number 6? Is your interior art in Brightest Day 6 a little blurry? Is the scan kind of weird? Look really closely at the art in number 6 on the interiors. Is it just like a tiny bit blurry?
You can see it the most on Jason, on the Jason scenes.
It's fucking weird. It's the whole issue. It's the whole issue. The whole issue is like that. And
I've got to ask. So my Omni is the 2022 reprint. Is yours also then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
So this might just be a reprint problem. Weird.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what's up with number 6.
I don't think it happens. I don't think it happens on anything else. And
the rest of the interiors are all good. I was on the lookout after I finished issue 6 and noticed that. Very strange stuff.
That is, I wonder if there's weird. It's just maybe they fixed. I wonder if in like the digital Omni, because I'm pretty sure this also has you can buy like a digital version of this if it's the same there, or if it's weird thing.
But anyway, this is Dead Zone.
Also weird that it affects the art, but not the letters. It doesn't.
The lettering is perfectly fine. Yeah, very very weird. I wonder if the original issues may be published like this.
Maybe it's just maybe there's just a mastering issue or something.
Weird. But anyway, hi other Green Martian, technically.
Other Green Martian who is, I'm gonna be honest,
normal people.
This is a character I wish they would have named sooner. Given
you get the name though before the end of the issue, or before the end of the volumes, right? Yeah.
You do by the end of the volumes, but like we can only get said once or twice.
Yeah, we can call her by her name because I think it's a fun little name, and it's also the thing we were just talking about in Dark Knights of Steel with Kestrel, when Kestrel brought it up with the Martian naming scheme of just being a normal ass word but spelled funky. Her name is Decay, D apostrophe Kay.
Decay Draz.
Yes. Very fun. It's a very fun name.
There are several points where I'm like, fantasy naming conventions. I love and hate you at the same time.
We love an apostrophe around here. But yeah, we then get cut over to Martian Manhunter, who is above this who is
It's
this?
the remains of Errol's laboratory,
That's right. That's right.
and he's somehow bringing death and decay with him. Ha 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 ha.
Crazy, haha,
Uh,
haha. A joke that won't be funny for anyone that wasn't. I don't know. That will only continue to read the event, not at the time. Anyway, but we go back over to Hawk-a-Dove and Boston Brand, as once again he cannot resurrect these people here in this graveyard.
He can't resurrect Dove's sister.
Yeah.
Also, I do love just sort of the way that eventually we get the tension released, because it's like the ring starts saying to eat a cheeseburger, and it's
Yeah.
like, hey, Boston, have you since you were resurrected? Because that's a thing people need to do. They need to eat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's cool.
I do like the idea that if this ring plot hadn't happened, Boston might have just starved himself to death.
Yeah, because he just wouldn't be used to eating, which is a fun little idea. And again, just those little things that you just tell, like they put a lot of thought into. Just, I don't know, what's the minutia of being a resurrected comic book character? You know, what would that actually be like? We then get over to Jason, who is being hit on by a girl at school, and he's not very receptive to it, obviously.
For good reasons. But also that weird firestorm shit starts happening, like a crane being turned into bubblegum.
Yeah.
That's and like, again, them being forced into being Firestorm pretty immediately.
Yep.
But like, it doesn't seem to work. I do like that they're still, saving people, even if they vomit black ichor into the guy that they save.
Yeah. And there's still a small voice going on in their heads that neither of them recognize.
But this is the first time they both acknowledge it, and it's like, okay, there is something here.
Yeah, they both kind of thought they were going crazy. They acknowledge the voice. We then cut over to Arthur and Mira, and it's big Mira backstory time. Thankfully, we know all this.
Yes. So it's the whole Zebel plot. Penal colony from Atlantis, banished from Atlantis during civil wars, stuck in the Bermuda Triangle. Mira and Siren raised as assassins, mostly Mira being the golden child, and then
if it weren't for the art being a little blurry in the Omni, I really love this 2-pager of Ivan Reese drawing a sort of classic Mira and Arthur duo with some iconic moment redrawings.
It's fantastic art. It's just
a little blurry in the Omni. It's super weird. It's I don't know. I commenters, fresh face correspondents, let us know if this is a common problem with Brightest number 6. It's super weird.
It's weird. Also, it's a nice little way to move the plot line forward, because that's all we basically get for the plot line.
We then get to see Martian Manhunter again, causing decay all around him. These trees withering nearby. Really cool imagery. I love the still zone full panel there. Really cool stuff. Martian Manhunter then goes to Barbara Gordon to do some investigating for him, to look into other aliens and other the possibility of other Martians. And of course, we do know of one other Martian that is out there in the DC universe, and that is again Miss Martian, the other who is White Martian. And how much do you know about McGann? I'm not sure how much you know, actually.
I didn't even know she was a White Martian.
It's not like a twist. People
no, it's treated as just like a normal back. Here's the thing: she's not a character that we've really read much with, like, in a whole lot. I think this might be my first proper exposure to her as a character. I think
possible. I think other than like tiny cameo
appearances,
you never even watched like Young Justice growing up or anything.
Reminder: I never had cable.
Oh my gosh, she's such a good character in that.
She's a good character in that. I know people ship her with Superboy.
I can see that.
Because of Young Justice.
Yeah,
I think because of that show.
Yeah. So she has been attacked. She's bleeding all over the place. It is And yes, sorry, she's a White Martian. I'm surprised, kind of surprised you didn't know that, but still. That ends the issue, though. We go into Brightest Day number 7. The arc goes back to normal, and this is The Secret of Life. We have Dove and, we have Dawn and Boston in a diner. Boston going to eat a cheeseburger. This really cute little moment of just like Boston trying to just experience things again, and also Dawn so clearly falling for him, and it's adorable, and I really love it.
It certainly helps that these are two characters that have chemistry and complement each other.
And then Hank comes in like a fucking bull in a china shop, and is there to
Also,
like.
I do love that Boston's had a question like, how are War and Peace supposed to work together? Like,
Yeah.
Like, and Dawn even says her purpose is so a man can find balance in from his anger and his life. And I'm just like, that's
There's some weird messaging there.
Girl, you deserve better.
Yeah.
You don't need a man. Trust me. I think this man's a lost cause.
Or she does a man. She does need a man, and the man she needs is Boston Brand.
But that's a man she needs on her own goddamn terms.
Exactly.
Hawk just eats one of the cheeseburgers. I'm like, dude, this man is.
He's such a dick. He's such a dick. Oh.
And not in the fun, and not in the sly, funny John Pertwee stealing Katie Manning sandwiches in the Sea Devils kind of way. Just interested, even worse.
I thought you said you were going to try to minimize Doctor Who mentions on this episode, Jacob.
Look, this is fuck. I said minimize.
You were the one that wanted to put that rule in place, and you were the one breaking it, my friend.
I'm the one that broke it. Hey! I was referencing good Doctor Who.
Nope, you still broke it.
I still broke it. Yeah. So let's.
I also kind of love the sass of the white light, being the "I hope you enjoyed your meal" before it transports them again. Very fun.
This is so okay. It's so clearly like a person who's the white light. Like there's someone behind that white light.
Mm-hmm.
That is my. I don't know who.
Actually, do you have any theories?
I feel like it might be an old poll. Like I think there could be like a Jeff Johns style Golden Age hero or / villain poll or something. Like I don't know. Surprise! It's Wesley Dodds. It's Wesley Dodds.
Hey, my boy Wesley Dodds. Interesting. I just wanted to know where your brain was at. All right. But transporting them again to where the White Lantern is in the middle of Star City. Also here at this time is Jackson.
Who's feeling weird. We'll get back to him a little bit later. But first we have the big thing of the whole idea is that the White Lantern needs a replacement for from basically guarding existence. And needs Deadman to embrace life.
Also, this idea that like all of the people that were brought back need to embrace life somehow. There's a goal that they have been brought back to accomplish.
But the goals are all personal and private. Jason and Ronnie, we see need to create harmony. Jean needs to burn shit to the ground, apparently? Question mark?
Yeah, there's some mixed signals from the White Lantern.
It's very possibly two people. It's very possibly two people.
But again, comes to she comes back at this time before we cut over to Firestorm once more as we go to experiment some more with the strangeness going on inside Ronnie and Jason.
Basically, the next few pages are let's just foreshadow what's coming in the rest of the event for each of these.
We're almost at the end of what was Volume 1 of the first trade.
I do think there was like this wasn't truly weekly. Like I think every so often there was like a break in publishing.
Yeah,
and I think there might have been. Was there the first break in between 7 and 8?
Maybe, not sure.
That's interesting. 7 and 8 were done. No, they were just still weekly. I do know between Volume 2 and 3 there was a break. I did check that, but I think that was a let's get through the holidays break because started publishing in August and was getting close to by the time you get to 16, Volume 8 is in like middle of August. By the time you get to issue 16, we're at a point where it's weekly a weekly comic may not sell as well when you get to Thanksgiving and
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
and
And so,
uh,
so we get these little images though of all of our irrespective heroes getting ideas of like where they're going. They all become White Lantern costumed for a
I
moment.
I want these designs like in a group shot where you can see them all because there's
Mm.
something really
Very cool
interesting about
designs.
them.
Yeah.
Um, Especially
Um,
because it's kind of limiting that you have to do like white and gold coloring pretty much.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah. Like Carter's gotta is gotta you know stop the Queen. Uh,
Hmm.
Sayra's Sayra uh, has to stop Carter from dying
Hmm.
at some point. Um,
Uh, we then see.
Arthur has to find someone, and hi Jackson, you're
Mhm.
gonna become important.
Yeah,
Um,
and then little flashes of characters that aren't as important, like Captain Boomerang and Jade and everyone.
I do love that Boomerang's mission is throw the boomerang at her.
Yep, it's important. I swear. I also love that officially, like literally in the text, Jeff Johns says, Hawk is not going to be an important player anymore at this point. He's going to be part of this lineup of characters that are not important to the run, and we're going to push him to the side now. So
He's just gotta catch the boomerang.
catch the boomerang. Yeah. Um, but we
Also
get
interesting, it kind of wild that Eobard Thon's at this point, his mission is already done. Like
yeah, yeah. Um, really cool stuff. We get this final message to Boston Brand, and like every good ring scanning for a sentient replacement Boston Brand of Earth, you will find them.
yeah,
So
find my replacement.
yeah.
Uh
On to Brightest number 8. Really cool cover. I love this Hawk Girl cover. Really cool
yeah,
stuff.
it's interesting because again, I think this is the point where Finch just starts to take over the covers where it's just him and they
Mhm.
become more watercolor.
Yeah,
Um like
very fun stuff.
very fun stuff.
Which is weird because I don't
Um
usually associate Finch with watercolor
no,
stuff.
I
But
don't.
he's kind
I
of got
wonder
that
if he
Tony.
was
He's kind of got that Tony Daniel way about him.
yeah. I mean, I think some of it is also good. I don't think Finch is doing a whole lot of he's not doing much of the interiors.
Yeah.
Um I don't does he even do any interiors on this? Let me
No,
just check my
I don't think so.
I don't think he does any interiors. No, he just does the covers.
Yeah. But
Kind of
on to
wild.
number 8. On number 8. Keep yawning. God damn it. But on to number 8. We get Boston here with our Hawk and Dove duo, and the ring transports Boston and Dove away from Hawk. And oh man, we all breathe
And
a
there was
sigh of
much
relief.
rejoicing. There was much rejoicing.
Indeed.
Like it
Um,
is kind of fascinating that honestly I think Hawk's inclusion in this book was slowing me down from reading the first half just a little bit. Like
that's interesting. It's interesting.
yeah, well, because then I immediately found as soon as I started and this is the start of volume 2.
Mhm.
I kind of just started flying through the issues a bit more. Like
Yeah.
yes, so issue 8.
Issue 8.
This is
After
this is this is
after leaving
this is
Hawk.
really where we can start doing like each plot gets a scene or is the entire issue.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Because we got a big old Martian Manhunter Hawk Girl Hawkman issue here. We get this image as Jean probes into McGann's brain, sees the new Green Martian that attacked her, and of course Jean
left
does
her
not
for
want to
dead
do.
because she was a white Martian.
Mhm. And
And John is, oh my god, how is this possible? Um,
yeah, yeah, um,
and like the next time we're literally going to put this plot up in the last 2 pages of the issue, uh,
yeah,
where they are basically going to try to find telepathically find this Martian, and they telepathically locate a black hole in the center of Star City.
mhm.
Um, Whereas the rest of the issue is, hey, let's do some Hawkworld stuff. Um,
Yeah, yeah, lots of fun, lots of pulpy shit here that I really
Holy
enjoy.
shit. Let's set up Carter Hall again, macho hero, as meeting up and wanting to lead these people. Um,
Mhm,
because this is possibly where they started, where the cycle of reincarnation started.
mhm,
Um, Hawkworld let's say, great 2-page of here's all the exposition in history.
Yep, Hawk World. I like the imagery then as he like goes on to lead this sort of army. Like I love the imagery of all these humanoid animals here. It's just a really cool image here. Again, pure pulp, pure classic sci-fi serial.
It's your John
bullshit.
Carter, your Flash Gordons,
Yeah.
your Buck Rogers. Like that's what this is.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Shiara is also in that vibe, though she is sadly damseled a little bit by Hasseth, but like
Shiara is fucking fierce though. She really has I don't know. She never feels damseled because she's always standing up for herself, and I really enjoy that.
And she she gets to kick ass, and the only reason she stopped taking names, it turns out Hasseth has a girlfriend. And Shiara's mother.
Yeah.
That's a fucking twist.
Yeah, fun twist. Very fun twist.
So this plot line ends the issue.
Before this, you read this. Did you ever think you'd be so invested in characters like Hawkman and Hawkgirl?
Not in a plot line like this. Like,
okay, yeah, that's fair.
Because I do like Hawkgirl in the Justice League cartoon. Like,
yeah, for very different reasons.
And I do quite like Hawkgirl, even though it's different Hawkgirl in Superman 2025. That's
yeah,
because that's Kendra Saunders, and that's a
yeah.
The Hawks are,
but yeah,
the Hawks are a tapestry of characters who look the same and are very different and have a messy continuity that even got messy when Crisis happened in the 80s.
Then we go back over to Jean, who is now flying over to Star City because cover of Brightest number 9 as we go into our second volume today. Let's get some Green Arrow in on this shit as we go into number 9, which is called Lost and Found. But before we get back over to Star City, let's catch up with Aquaman, who is swimming in the water as he is known to do. Him and Mara come across Boston and Dawn, who are here to give Arthur his mission, which is to find this boy. Obviously, we do this as Jackson Hyde, because we cut over to Jackson then, who
also Mira knows who he is for some reason, which is I do like how Mira's like it's like I know who he is and I know where we have to find him. And Jackson is slowly awakening his powers and slowly getting the tattoos on his arms.
Yeah,
and
I love.
I do love
him in the raid. It's gorgeous.
I love how much of it is just done with just the art. Like a lot of it is just lets the art speak for itself. And see the joy. He also forms gills, and that is. And then his dad's like, "Well, now I have to tell you that you're adopted."
I was gonna say, then we kind of get a Pa Kent moment with Jackson's dad, as he knows where he came from. But then we go over to Jean in Star City, in this big forest in the middle of that is formed in the middle of Star City.
And this is going to be the bulk of our issue. Like it's
as he is connecting telepathically with this other Green Martian that has slaughtered a supermarket. Just a fun image. More great horror.
Great horror.
And to that point, Jean is like bloating and like getting bigger, and like some cool body horror in there that I enjoy.
It very much implies that Decay's mind is slowly weaseling its way into Jean's and taking him out. And then, oh hi Ollie.
Hi Ollie, my beloved. Look at him.
Kind of wish you were in this a little more than you were.
Yeah, I agree. Especially for when it's such a big portion of this event is in Star City. Like, surely he'd be there more, but whatever. We have this really cool kind of mindscape being formed inside Jean. Of this like
Ollie basically entering the mind to just try and calm him down, like bring him back into something, back into reality, and it becomes body horror. Like
just that feeling of Jean not kind of being himself, that oh god, that really deep mental feeling that really great body horror should do, which is just kind of make you feel uncomfortable with your own skin and like
it's very much like that, like
wrong, like really cool stuff.
it's all this, great losing sense of self, very much but it's also slightly implied to be at least partially a two-way street. There's one shot of Decay, very briefly, looking at Chaco's.
Yeah.
That's drawn through Decay's eyes, and it's this interesting sort of things. And again, I do love that it's, even if humans aren't your people, Oliver Queen's the ones that help bring him back from the brink just a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, and there and to that point of like the connection between John and Decay, again, I just really, like you mentioned, I really love that as much as she's infecting his brain, he's also infecting hers, and they're kind of sharing those feelings with each other and memories. Really cool idea. Um,
uh, and
and and yes, it is
I,
lampshaded, but Ollie does Return of the Jedi, Rajan, with two giant logs smashing over his head, which is just really funny. But to sort of, like, knock him out, get him down. He knows he can take it.
and I love
Getting
that we
John,
then just build into this conversation of them being like, all right, let's get out of the forest, but what are you actually trying to do? Well, trying to get a second chance at life. I'm gonna go back home and resurrect Mars, basically. Um,
a
and
simple
that's where,
task.
yeah, that's
uh,
and again, that's where that plot line goes.
Oh,
That we
wait, sorry, 1 second. I love that green silhouette page of Ollie jumping to the next tree and Jean running behind him, where all the trees and their bodies are in this light
yes,
green. It's really, really cool stuff. There are fireworks happening outside. I don't know why. If you can hear those, I apologize.
luckily I can't, so it's very likely not being picked up. Uh,
Very cool. They are pretty
which
loud.
is which is a change of pace because we've been on some Discord calls recently where there's been some motorcycles
Oh
that
yeah,
have
yeah,
been crazy.
indeed.
Yeah, but we'll pick
Um,
up the Resurrection of Mars plot. Uh, a future issue. I don't remember if it's the next one because this is also where we really do start to dial in and start to get, I think, one plot line per issue.
Yeah.
Uh,
Black Manta, ultimate hater that he is, goes to piss on a baby's grave. He goes up to the headstone of Thomas Curry.
it also implies. I read this almost like, was he hoping that the baby was alive again so he could kill it for a second time?
Yeah, right. Like,
Because
oh
I kind
god.
of bet that he was hoping the
Oh,
baby was
wait,
alive
oh
again.
no, sorry, Thomas Curry. That's Arthur's dad. Sorry, it's not the baby. Fuck.
Oh well, I think it was so. Here's
Oh
the
my
thing.
god.
I could imagine Black Manta going,
Black
see,
Manta would go to the baby's grave too. He would do the same shit. He would.
uh,
He would do the same thing.
yeah.
But
The Rebels find him.
the Zebel rebels. They attack Black Manta.
So it's basically like, it sounds like, hey, we're gonna start a war. Also alliance. Also, I need to find your son.
Get in,
Um,
loser. We're going Aquaman hunting.
and loser going Aquaman hunting. Uh,
Also, what is with the Brightest Day #10 cover? This is not representative of anything that ever happens or even remotely comes close to happening in this book.
you see, what we call this is, we call this a misdirect. Um,
It's also a
I
costume that Jackson doesn't wear until like the very end of this event. Like,
That is also, well. Wait, is he not in it? In by the end of
oh,
He's
is
in
he?
it by the end of
Is
16.
he? Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, I honestly think they were trying to hype Jackson up as a
Wait,
character.
no, he's not. Wait, hang on.
No, he is.
Sorry. He gets it at the very end of 16. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in at the very end of 16. Um, for one page. I don't know if it comes back again until the. That's
But
besides the point.
again, he's certainly not wearing it in #10.
I think again. I think because this last issue very much, expects the readers to put the dots together that Jackson is secretly Black Manta's son, because that's the twist we're going for.
Yep.
Um,
Cool
we think
twist.
he might be a villain. Yeah, let's be honest, he could devolve into villainy, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of following a Superman trajectory arc with, your adopted podcast stuff. He
Yeah.
could follow the villainy. I think that is the misdirect they're going for.
Yeah.
Because again, we're introducing a new character, and he's going to become Aqualad, and Garth as Aqualad, I don't know how popular he would have been at the time, but he certainly would be enough in pop culture because of like the old Super Friends show, like
Oh yeah, yeah,
as
yeah,
as a thing.
definitely.
Like, Johns wants to get make Aquaman a best-selling book and let the tide of public opinion turn positive towards the character, even if we can acknowledge that they had been doing that since post-crisis, at least with things like Peter David's run, even if it makes it kind of edgy. Like, you know, that's what Johns wants to do. That's why it's here.
Mhm.
We do
But
open with
yeah, we get some
oh,
Firestorm
poor
stuff again.
Firestorm.
My babies. Um, yeah.
So
Go ahead.
this one is literally just a little bit more of kind of restating what's been done so far in this plot, because again, weekly book. But the big reveal in this scene is Firestorm might destroy the universe.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and we're
Chekhov's
gonna
gun.
lay we're gonna lay this at
Put a pin in that Chekhov's gun.
no, put a bullet in the Chekhov's gun.
Put a bullet in the Chekhov's gun and put a finger on the trigger while you're at it.
Put a finger on the trigger. Also, but I do love how it's like, again, these two traumatized kids, these two poor kids who are stuck together and they can't stay calm. They might end up blowing up the universe.
Yeah. So catching up once again with our Aqua kids, Arthur and Mira.
I do love that we parallel Jackson's dad telling the story and Mira telling the story.
Yeah. Also, Arthur's being kind of cold to Mira through all this process after learning everything that he has through all this. He has a lot to process. But
I find it fascinating that when he eventually takes Jackson under his wing in this story, like he then it switches kind of back to normal Aquaman, like normal Arthur Curry, like
yeah.
Almost like he's been given something to live for, and no, Mira wasn't like doing anything wrong. Entirely with this.
But we get Jackson's backstory. Then we show who he was given to his parents, and how he's actually Black Manta's kid, who shows up. Like, again, I just love an Ivan Reis Black Manta. It's so fucking cool. But Manta shows up, attacking Jackson and his dad.
And Jackson's dad is like, all right, we're gonna drive, and also drown us in the water. Drown us in the water. I'm gonna sacrifice myself. You'll be fine. It's fine, son. I'm like, okay, Mr. Hyde. That's like, I'm very glad that you don't die here.
Jackson's dad makes a really strong impression for a character that isn't in this book very much. I really like him.
He's almost one element too much in a very, like, yes, 24 issues plus a 0 issue that are releasing mostly weekly.
Yeah,
there is still a lot packed into these.
Yeah, but again, a 24 issue series that, like, it focuses itself quite well by again just keeping the cast as small as it does. It's good.
It is a shame Jackson's dad falls by the wayside, especially in a book where, let's be honest, parental father figures is a running through line. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Like, it's a whole thing. It's also like, no, Jackson's gonna be a hero. He's gonna at least try to save his dad.
Yeah, powers will activate. He will fight off Manta for this moment, just long enough to allow him and his dad to escape.
And then Siren's like, we can't use him. And he's like, well, he's not one of us. Cool. I don't care. He can die. Boom.
Yep.
Like,
God,
Dad a Year award here. Like,
yeah. We cut away from the scene as Arthur shows up. We prepare for this face off between Manta and Aquaman. Very fun stuff.
However, we realize we need something to end this issue. We need something big and bold and insane. And having 3 characters with parental, or technically 4 if you count Arthur, having with parental issues. I wonder. What if we brought back Deathstorm? Like, and what if we forced? What if we forced Professor Stein to be Deathstorm?
Yeah,
like
it's so good.
It's our issue 10 cliffhanger.
Oh man, look at him. He's back, my beloved. And then we're on to Brightest Day number 11, which totally spoils Brightest Day number 11. But whatever. We get into it. I love the issues called Father's Day. Let's hop in. Okay, I forget exactly what I said in our Blackest Night video or Blackest Night episode, but just I don't know. I love Deathstorm so much. He's such a ridiculous, campy character.
I think we both agree that he shouldn't work so much that he loops back around to working.
He's
Like,
just he's so ridiculously edgy that he becomes enjoyable again. Like,
and a lot of it is Johns and Tomasi playing into it, like
oh yeah,
fully committing to the madness. Like, there, it's not this issue. I don't think. It's definitely later. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's in 16. It's in 16. He gets maybe one of my favorite sequences in the entire book so far. Like,
oh, I forget which one you're talking about, but I can't wait to find out.
he gives Stein and Jason's dad a way out,
Oh yes,
and it's so cruel, but it's like, ooh, yep. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
so it's like,
yeah,
I want literally the death of literally everything. Also, the way you can call me Deathstorm, and Deathstorm is definitely like coming out of Death's. I guess the Deathstorm Matrix. It's really cool. It's really fun. I like it.
Very cool. Very fun stuff. But we go.
And I do love that like it's like Professor Stein is stuck in there, and it's like, well, I'm not going to kill him. I'm just going to use this mind, and also later on, it's like, I'm going to go find Jason's dad. That's going to be fun. A very, very brief cut back to the Aquaman plot.
Yeah, get an action sequence here with our with Manta and Arthur. Very fun stuff. Before going right back to Deathstorm and our Firestorm kids. Actually, these plotlines are happening directly parallel with each other. So
yeah, because it's all about I wonder if they're trying to say something about fathers and sons.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I wonder. Also, we get the line, I brought him aboard the death train. Choo choo.
It's so good. I love it. I love him so much. He's just the best.
And then I love how it's like, oh shit. Well, I love how this is what gets Jason and Ronnie to have us come together as a single goal, just to do the Fury of Firestorm. It's what we're doing.
Yep. And then we're gonna twist the knife even more after another cut over to Aquaman. Twist the knife even more by including Jason's dad inside the Deathstorm Matrix.
Also, Arthur gets the knife twisted that he was the last to know, which is like, that's nice. But yeah, no. Deathstorm's going after Jason's dad, and like, you know what? This first page does a lot to humanize Jason's dad. Like, you can, you can kind of see where he was coming from beforehand, but because we were mostly in Jason or Ronnie's perspective, it was very much written in that way that, no, he's in the bad guy, but it's like, no, his dad cares. Alvin cares. And Alvin got hurt. Alvin got hurt. He got his arm broken in the Blackest Night. Like, there's things. But Deathstorm's like, I want both dads. I want both dads inside of me right now.
Don't say that, Jacob. Don't say that. No. Oh man. And
then it's like, also we're going on a road trip.
Yep. Arthur goes. Arthur, Jackson, Jackson's dad. They all go hitchhiking and get picked up by a truck.
A truck that we do throw Black Manta into. We throw him under a truck. It's great. And basically everyone's trying to converge on the White Lantern. Deathstorm gets it first, and suddenly zombies.
Suddenly zombies. We got zombie versions of all of the resurrected characters from the end of Blackest Night. And actually, I thought that was the end of the issue for a second. Not quite yet.
No. It's there's a Arthur has a treasure map to the place, and that, and it's like, let's go to Mars. That looks pretty green and rainy for Mars.
Yeah,
and that's the end of the issue. Like,
and looking pretty much like it has a big old Black Lantern symbol on it. And
I wonder. Probably nothing. Like, glad the plot got a continuation in this issue, even if it's very brief.
Yeah. We'll get
I
back to it
do think it is
a little
kind
bit
of
later.
it's almost a non sequitur to the fathers and sons imagery that the rest of this issue had been going for.
Yeah, exactly. Some Bryce number 12 though. We do a little bit more Martian Manhunter at the start of this. As he is
More right at the start of this, we get quite a bit,
uh
because
yeah.
uh,
Um
this is going to set up his next big focus issue.
yeah. As he goes
Really,
inside this.
really, there is just an interlude in the middle where we get back to Firestorm having to face Black Lantern projections, because they are kind of projections, because
Mhm.
it's not the dead, and then a very brief stuff where it's Dead Man and Dove are going to go and find uh the 12 heroes for their plot,
Yeah.
because that is and that is, because then the rest of the issue is just the Mars plot.
Yeah, because we have Jean and Decay meeting face to face for the first time. Decay being portrayed very much as this seductive figure, trying to like
Seductive, conniving,
trying
outright
to like
evil, and
lure
interestingly,
Jean in. Yeah, it's
Sean doesn't fall for it.
no, of course not. Although, well, doesn't fall for it in a traditional sense. Doesn't fall for it in a way of like, oh, this is a seductive moment. I will fall for this. No, we're gonna lure him in a different way later. That I really enjoy. But I love this
Yeah,
back and forth between them. Like, there's so much more going on here. And I do find Decay a fascinating character. As just an actual surviving Green Martian, like just a fascinating idea.
it's
Very
also
very.
it's also very nice because in fiction, and especially spec fic, there is a tendency to like to make races ontologically evil,
Mhm.
and the White Martians outside of Megan are are seen as ontologically evil, while the Green Martians are seen as ontologically good.
Yeah, and we
This
can
isn't,
play around with that a little more
yeah,
here. You know. Um,
especially when it's like, yeah, just because someone's the last of their kind, that doesn't mean they're going to become a paragon.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
like John Jones being a paragon is because he had the influence of Doctor Erdel. Because I have read his first appearance wave of what is it, Detective 225 or 252, one of the two.
One of them.
I think 225
Yeah.
is
Um,
252 is, I think, Supergirl's first appearance in Action Comics, but they're
mhm.
similar enough that they cross wires in my brain. Um,
But yeah, no, we get I love the sequence of Jean and Decay, sort of like melding with each other as they attack each other both like mentally and physically, and that the way the art manifests that conflict, I think, is really really interesting. Of course, we have like is a bit more body horror as their bodies like meld together. But I love also like when she starts getting to him telepathically, these images of like other members of the Justice League fighting against him, and how that.
and this very much idea that, like, because Jean has spent so much time on Earth, his allegiance is divided, and he has basically given up his Martian heritage.
Mhm.
But also, she realizes, the Justice League but evil isn't actually going to work.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's
I also
something
do
like.
love. I feel like it's intentional that the Leaguers are drawn almost as caricatures of themselves.
Oh
Like,
yeah, definitely. Well,
I,
especially
I,
Guy. I love Guy there.
Guy
um,
is Guy and Superman are the two ones that I see it the most in. With the,
yeah,
like, there's some shit going on with the chins.
yeah, definitely.
And this is where we
Um,
have our big. Let's cut away to the other plots for 3 pages.
yep,
We
as you
discussed
already
that. It's
described. Um,
but
but we're getting
I love
this.
that John's breakdown is that, like, no, this isn't real, and I'm not going to destroy the Earth. If Mars is going to live, I want it to live on its own 2 feet.
Yeah, and that manifesting itself then as this imagery of Mars living in his brain, as the as the white light takes over the planet, and we see these other Martians and Jean.
Including his family, including his direct family that he's lost.
Yeah, and Jean
A-
truly believes that he has brought them back, and it
And the
is
last page is, oh, actually, no, it's
it's decay,
Decay.
it's decay, and I
We're
like
we're in a
as
we're 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 in
like
a for a man who had everything scenario
yep,
where
Oh god, dude, what is it? Issue 15, I think it is.
Yeah,
Easily
15 is
if,
so yeah, so 13,
yeah,
14, 15, and 16. Each of these each of these is like a single plot. A
yeah.
single plot.
And I'm gonna
My
say right
notes
now,
keep coming about that.
when we get to it, issue 15 is my favorite Brightest Day issue. Period. It's so good.
Oh, I mean that is very, very, very,
It's
very
so
possible.
it's perfect. I love it. But anyway, for now, Brightest Day number 13. Let's get our Hawkman and Hawkgirl issue.
This is
Lots of
under a
action.
blood red sky.
Yeah,
This
lots.
this is I think this
Lots.
is where my brain's like, we get the most pulp, like Flash Gordon shit here.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Like here's the thing: a lot of this issue, action. It's a lot of
Mhm.
action.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Especially because
like
a lot of the bulk of the start of this is Hawkman stuff, and he's got the big more actiony segment of all this.
I do
There's some
love how he's like, no, take no prisoners. Like I'm like, hey, buddy, killing a lot of these people. Remember being a Black Lantern? Uh,
yep,
you're
yeah.
being like, get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Shiara's captured. You're not thinking straight, but hey, maybe take some prisoners. Um,
hmm
yeah.
Um,
Uh,
but then there are some great, interesting questions being asked with Hawkgirl who haven't caught up with since the reveal of her mother. And we have Hatset here interrogating her this whole time, trying to telling her more about like her past lives, trying to
uh, I
lure
love,
Hawkman in.
I also love that Hathset here is kind of pissed that they died and he didn't do it. You can just feel this apoplectic rage of someone else got to kill you two once, and that's a problem. Like
Yeah.
I've been doing this shit 1,000 years.
hmm
Why? Why did someone else get a go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Really, really cool stuff. Cool questions being asked. And also just showing like how pathetic, essentially a god like Hathset actually is. I enjoy that. We get some more great action then as Hawkman is continuing his rampage, trying to find Hawkgirl. We get some really cool imagery as we experience more of like the purple light overtaking the contraption that Shira is trapped in. Just love the art here. Who does the art in these segments in this issue?
in this issue, so this is 13. It is if the page will load. Uh, it is a combination of the pencils are a combination of Ivan Reis, Ardian Syaf, and Joe Prado. Uh,
Gotcha. Very cool.
and then the inks
Um,
are all Vicente Cifuentes. Wonderful
hmm,
inker.
yeah.
Really good chameleonic inker for like big books like this where you have so many different artists.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
like
Um, yeah. Love the big backstory, 2-pager with all with all the smaller box panels that make up
uh,
the
yeah.
the backstory here. Really, really fun
Also, where
stuff.
it's like, yeah, no, her mother sucks. She sucks.
Oh yeah, evil, pure and evil. Uh, uh, we get to see. I love the bloody image of Hawkman as he actually like enters this sort of throne room here.
And makes it almost in the nick of time. Um, and I do like that Shiara is the one who's able to. Uh, I don't know if does Chill Hath set here. I can't remember. Is he still alive by the end of this?
I
Because it,
don't know.
'Cause it looks like she's either asphyxiating him or using her legs to crack his neck. Like,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, no, he's definitely dead. Yeah, she snaps his
yeah,
neck.
he snaps his
Yeah,
neck. I
yep,
do love how it just kind of quickly happens. It's almost a
yeah.
footnote, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Which is
It's also
really fitting and funny for a character like this.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I like the anticlimax of it. For being a character that has bigged himself up as like the one to kill them. So I really enjoy that. But also, again, there are bigger fish to fry. We've got Shira's mother here, and the arrival of Carol Ferris, and oh, I'm not sure. Do you know what this creature is behind Carol?
Is this the thing that's at like the heart of the like?
Do you remember how the idea is? Do you remember Ion in Sinestro Corps War? How that is the green equivalent to Parallax, the willpower equivalent to Parallax.
So is that this for the
This
Star
is the purple one.
Sapphires?
Yeah. This
Right,
this
right, right.
this is a little hint of what we're going to start of the things of the themes we're going to be dealing with in the GL tie-ins next time. So
Yeah, because I've got the sneaking suspicion that Carol Ferris is going to be kind of important for the current what the GL's Thailands are doing.
yeah. Well, yeah, she'll be important, and then she'll fuck off from the GL tie-ins to the main event here. So,
Is this why it's like a bunch of tie-ins, then issue 17 of Blackest Night, then one more tie-in? Like,
yeah. Well, it is also the order we're doing it in next time is the order it came out in, just minus the main issues, which
this
is
minus, yeah, because
so.
they were that book was monthly, so it makes
So,
sense.
so yeah, so it just kind of work out to like a single issue for every like 3 to 4 issues of Brightest Day. So,
Yes.
um,
Yeah, and I forgot that wasn't our cliffhanger because hey, yeah,
hi Batman.
hi Batman. Basically, well,
Batman.
hi Resurrected Man. Hi Resurrection Man.
Yes, Resurrection Man, my boy.
For like 2 seconds.
Amazing call out. Yeah.
Did Dead Man get like tie-in issues? Because it feels like it almost feels like
I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm not sure.
because he did leave the narrative for a while, if only to be like we're looking for the champion, and then Batman's back, guys. There's our whammo cliffhanger, and I get it. Batman being back sells copies.
Yep.
I honestly would have preferred the cliffhanger of just the main plot because that was
the Carol arrival. Yeah, but also Batman. So, and also a great cover for number 14. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. This is our last Deadman issue of the episode. Because the next 2 issues we're going to be doing mainly Aquaman and Firestorm stuff.
Martian Manhunter as well.
Martian Manhunter as well.
Yeah. So we have Deadman here. I love the focus on his acrobatics here. It kind of like goes away to tie into or the Batman shenanigans we're going to be dealing with here that I like.
Part of me does wonder if there was a point where they were going to have Dick Grayson be here.
I doubt it because Bruce had just come back not that long ago.
Bruce has just come back. Yeah.
So this was always going to be Bruce.
He takes down some goons of Mr. Freeze.
Batman arrives, and we get to examine the dynamic here. Deadman, as he actually mentioned before, it tries to kind of pawn off his responsibility as this chosen one. And I also like the call out of the being a member of the Back to Life Club. But
I will say, I think it's real. This issue is almost in conversation with the end of Final Crisis because of that being a DC event that was also so very much Batman centric. If you're reading it and what's going on in the Batman book at the time with Morrison's stuff, because whereas I think Johns and Tomasi are like, no, this big event that is going to be one of our big, I'm guessing our big flagship fall event.
Yeah, I mean, God, like there was, like this event went on so long as well. Like the Brightest Day lineup was like the house ad for DC. You know the famous like drawing the line at $2.99 poster.
Yeah,
it was a Brightest Day poster. It was that lineup. Like this was like the DC lineup at the time.
And it's we're going to acknowledge that Batman's back, but Batman's not going to be important for this thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Batman does not show up after this issue in like
he's gonna show up a little bit in the GL tie-ins, but that's it.
You know what? That's fair. At least not in the main event itself. Like,
but I there's something just so like, yes, it's an important narrative moment, but it's also kind of funny how the narrative literally rejects Batman being the main character. Like he puts on the white ring, he becomes a White Lantern for a second, and then it's forced off of him. He disappears, and bats fly around, and that's it. Like it's not.
It's very possible. It's very possible that the champion could be Boston. But like I also think it's very telling that Jeff Johns hasn't really had a proper Batman run. Like, I know Tomasi has.
I don't think he's that interested in the character. I just don't. Like,
and you know what? I'd argue have a prominent writer who is selling a lot of books. That's a good thing. Like,
yeah. Honestly, it's kind of how I feel about Joshua Williamson right now. I don't think Williamson is a big Batman guy either.
I mean, I feel like Williamson may like Batman more than
And John's, yeah,
Johns does.
yeah.
Like Williamson's bag is Superman, like
Oh
and the
god, yeah,
Flash, or Superman and the Flash. Those are his like big DC bags. He's clearly
yeah.
loving. He had a very long Flash run.
Mhm.
Clearly loving writing Superman. Um, it's again, it's nice for DC events can very much have the problem of we either have to completely write Batman out of the narrative and have him incapacitated, or
Yeah,
he just takes over the
hell,
narrative.
that was just the latest DC event with DCKO. It's just like
Yes,
we wipe out Batman from the board in the first issue because we have to. If Batman's there, Batman's gonna win. Prep time is the key, you know. Like,
because Batman's the face of Detective Comics.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yes,
but back to the issue,
yes.
I love then that we take
Oh
some time
man,
just to examine Boston Brand's relationship with death and how much of a in any continuity in life, Boston Brand was kind of a bastard.
yeah.
Like
It's almost like the point of the character is that Boston always took life for granted and didn't realize the value of it until he died and was
until he
allowed
is now
to.
stuck in this purgatorial hellscape that is dead being dead man.
Yeah,
Um,
he's a tragic character, and it helps that he's fun as hell too. You know, like in that weird way, it just makes sense. He's great. I love him. Yeah, we get these great flashbacks to him and his grandfather. Put a little pin in that, by the way, for next time. And
ooh,
yeah,
I
it's good.
didn't realize that was going to be a pin.
You'll see. It's good shit. But yeah,
We see
again,
him. We see him doing something that is really unforgivable, being a dick to service workers. Like,
I know. God, the worst. Uh, we
and
then get
then
a
we
little.
see his death,
Yep.
and his death is so tragic.
Yeah,
And it's
it's
like,
the
no,
worst.
I
Yeah,
actually do want to live. I want a second chance. And then it's like, okay, take it, take the
yeah,
ring,
yeah. And so
and we
Batman is
end
gone.
with Batman. Batman's got to go deal with Maxwell Lord.
Yep.
Let him go deal with
And
that.
we
And
end this
Boston's
moment
like,
with Boston
Boston's
and
like,
Dawn
yeah,
kissing, and it's sweet, and I love it.
love it. Good for
All
them.
right. Oh man, Brightest Day 15. Whatever happened to the Manhunter from Mars? Oh god. I love
Well,
I love
well,
this issue so much, dude. Oh my god. Whenever I think of Brightest Day, this is the issue I think of, honestly. Truly, this is just it. Okay, I love this. It's so good.
you
So,
chop out the last 2 pages, you could sell this as its own complete story,
oh
and
god,
I
yeah,
love it. Don't get me
absolutely.
wrong, last 2 pages are good, but last 2 pages are Firestorm going to the Watchtower because he's terrified that he's going to destroy the universe. So
Yeah,
we can move into issue 16 as a Firestorm story. But
yeah.
issue
But
15 is
we
uh
open with Jean Jones of Mars, on Mars, teeming with life, teeming with green Martians, surrounded by his best friends, the Justice League, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman with a beard, and Green Lantern.
all
And
significantly older.
older, and
I'm
also to that point, to your point of the last time we saw Jean in this story, with somewhat exaggerated features, which I like as well. I think that's really interesting. But all older, Jean is wearing has a Green Lantern symbol on his chest. He wears a ring on his finger. His wife is there with him. There's a huge statue of him on Mars. He is living a good life with a resurrected version of his people.
even on these first pages, the dialogue is like a little bit off. This is wrong.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
this is this is almost too prideful for John Jones. Like
yeah, yeah.
um
It is funny that the issue is called "Whatever Happened to the Manhunter from Mars," but it really is more what you for the man who has everything.
but the man is everything. But you
Yeah,
can't really for the Martian who has nothing? Question mark? Like what?
that's not honestly that's not bad. That kind of goes
That's
hard.
not. That's not. You know what? You know what? Hey, dude, I was gonna say like whatever happened to
Petition to retroactively change the title of this issue, please, Jeff Johns.
for the
Are
Mar.
you
I was
listening?
gonna say because whatever happened because the whatever happened to blank is a great format for a title. Uh, it's just the wrong Alan Moore story. You're aping
Yeah,
off of the other one.
yeah. But we I love this image of after this speech, it's Jean with his friends, just reminiscing on times had together. And everything just seems idyllic. Obviously, we the reader know something is off or something is wrong, but things don't start going wrong in the story until after the League has left, and we see him with his wife
Yeah.
and his dog,
And it's
and his dog
night.
bites him. Like, just a small thing to be like, oh no, wait, why did the dog bite him? That's
His
something
dog
is
bites him
weird
and
in
then
this
looks at
idyllic
him.
world.
Also, the fact that he has a dog. He has a human, like, Earth dog.
Yeah,
An Earth dog that looks kind of similar to an Earth dog we saw about 13-ish issues ago.
yeah.
Maybe 12. I don't remember when that.
Jean also has a daughter named Kim, K''Hym, because of course he does. Uh, and uh, and then she gets him because we have found the dead body of Batman. Writing Sherlock style in blood on the floor, WA something in blood.
Something. I'm trying to think of German words that start WA.
um,
I can't
and
think of anything. Um,
he's also shot with pearl bullets.
like what? What?
Yeah.
Like
Um,
again, it's like things just aren't adding up. Now,
um,
obviously, the message is supposed to be "Wake up, Jean," because then we just immediately see, oh, ah, someone hanged Wonder Woman with her own lasso, and
and somebody somebody drowned Aquaman in the
with
sands
sand.
yeah, and somebody ripped off Barry Allen's head and tore off Green Lantern's limbs and sent him flying in space because he didn't have his ring.
So Jean's like, be evil and do some murder in the name of
Yeah,
justice.
yeah,
Um,
and it is this examination of Jean prioritizing his friends over his people, and it's this idea of what does Jean actually want, that thesis statement from the Zero issue of Jean prioritizing the deaths of his friends over other Martians. He eventually finds
finds Superman, who's weak but alive.
Mhm.
Uh, and it's like maybe he knows. It's like but it's like Superman couldn't be responsible for any of this. How can we be sure unless it's like no, he's above reproach. Um, and it's like, well, why don't you just just go into his mind? And it's it's kind of crazy.
Mhm. and uh, and then Jean takes out a piece of green kryptonite, stabs Clark, kills him, lays him next to the rest of his friends with the
This
Martian with particular scratchy blood markings all over them with the Martian symbols of love and hate as their bodies are all laid out in a row in front of him.
this
Um,
decay was notably marked herself with way early on, and
mhm.
then it's oh oh that's where this fakeness comes from. Um,
Jean's wife is in fact Decay. He has figured it out. He sort of like tears the truth out of her, and he breaks out of that image. I love my favorite thing about this final page before we get into the last two pages that sort of act as an epilogue leading into the end of this volume. But I love behind them the skeletons of the dead Green Martians just kind of sitting there as like this propped up family, like just oh
yeah, like it's a great image.
yeah.
And then we
Yep.
have our nice 2-page tag of the Firestorm to destroy the universe. Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah. Firestorm
lovely,
going to destroy the
wonderful.
universe. On to our final issue for today, Brightest Day number 16. Here we go.
No, you would think with Firestorm to destroy the universe that would be the focus of this last issue.
It's
It's
Aquaman.
not. It's
It's Aquaman.
Aquaman. Well, yeah, it's Aquaman.
And you can't
And
complain really, because it's such a good plot line.
yes,
It's so good.
uh, mainly it's I love that within the first 3 pages we really do get like Arthur and Jackson connecting over their shared experiences as children of two worlds. Um,
Mhm,
and realizing that, like Arthur kind of realizing that no, Mira's the love of my life. I have to obviously forgive her.
mhm,
Um, and you get to make the choice, and you get to make the choice to stop the war. Jumping ahead a little bit to more of what the plot line will do, very briefly. It is this fascinating, like Arthur's sorry that he has to make Jackson stop the war because he doesn't get a choice.
mhm. Yeah.
We do get a
Good.
scene. We do get a scene with Deathstorm
Yes.
finding the Black Lantern,
Mhm,
um, or possibly the corrupted White Lantern. I can't quite remember. And he picks up a gun and is like basically like, okay, you two, you know, yeah, you can do all this stuff. Give you a chance to escape. you know, there's a way to destroy me. It's if Holstein Bonditude dies, fucked. I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So,
Yep.
boys,
And
how much do you love your sons? Are you going to commit suicide/murder?
yep. And Jason's dad does it immediately. Or he
And
would
then the knife twist happens. Oh,
yeah.
right, I forgot to make bullets.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Oh god. I do like that there is actually a moment where you can kind of see like Deathstorm being actually like kind of scared. I'd be like, oh fuck, wait. Oh, you actually would? Fuck, what?
I'm glad I did. Shit, I'm glad I didn't make the bullets.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm glad
And
Professor Stein didn't have the control to make a bullet
yeah.
because
And then he kills Jason's dad. Just actually murders him, kills him inside his mind, and oh, it sucks. It really sucks. You actually feel for it.
again, the one downside is that we're ending here because like we end. But by the time we end, Jason and Ronnie don't know. They don't know.
Yeah. We'll
Because
get
a lot
back
of the
to it.
rest of this issue is continuing the Aquaman plot for reasons.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
and that being is let's give poor Jackson some stuff. First off, we get
Yeah.
his Atlantean name of Calderon.
Yep.
Um,
Lovely name.
I love how we unlayer the powers of like slowly being able to see in the darkness and underwater.
Mhm.
And
He
then
he gets his powers. He gets his costume.
he
He
gets
gets
a telepathic connection to Mira, who
mhm.
also apologizes for everything that's going on. There's this idea that he was experimented on as a child as well.
Mhm.
Um, and so Mira did rescue him, but it's you have to claim your birthright. Um, and I do love his initial rejection of it, like, and teenager acting out with no real control of his powers.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I love that Arthur's enough to be a mentor and understanding that, hey, I was 13 when basically what's happening to you happened to me. Wasn't a good situation, and I know what I'm doing is a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
And so essentially
and,
just this like willingness to be there for him and be there for each other in this moment that I really enjoy.
and the insanity of making him a child soldier, because that's kind of
Yeah.
what they're doing. Like like his
Yeah.
costume is a
Yeah.
soldier's uniform.
I know this is the second time I've said it today, but you should really watch Young Justice. I really love Jackson in that as well. And I think about it, actually, that pretty much was where that character went, but when he was completely being ignored by the New 52, was happening during the New 52, and he was a big
Yeah, because
character in that.
it also happened to Wally. Isn't Wally in that show?
Wally is
Like,
in that show pretty heavily. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
here's where all the people we wrote out of existence for the New 52 went. They went to
Yep.
television.
They went to television, and hey, it's a damn good TV show.
And now for the last 4 pages, we have our cliffhanger. And
Oh yeah, we destroyed the universe.
yeah, we just really, you
That's
know
it.
what? So it's a solid cliffhanger. And you know what? Even in terms of like where we are in the event, it makes sense.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna
It's a weird note.
it's
It's a weird note to end
on.
the episode on.
And now, for the purposes of the next episode, I'm essentially going to do that. Hey, I bet you're wondering how we got here. And we're going to flash back like 9 issues before we pick back up with this. So,
Yes.
yeah.
I will say, we're at the end of the episode. Just brief final thoughts as far as I can give.
Brief final thoughts, yeah, for what we had so far.
I'm enjoying it so far. Again, I do love. You can read a lot of queer subtext into both the Aquaman plot and the Firestorm plot, and I think that's why they pair really well together. And they're
Yeah,
plots that I
definitely.
particularly really enjoy.
Yeah.
Uh, and can really speak to as feeling something. I'm pretty glad that when they brought Jackson back, they made him explicitly gay. Like,
Yeah.
and I would love to read some Aquaman Rebirth with. Because I know he becomes.
Aquaman Rebirth, and then he's also in Rebirth Teen Titans as well, which is pretty good.
Yes, and then he eventually, I think he got a miniseries. It was like The Becoming that's supposed to be quite good.
Yes, yeah. I've heard
Yes,
that's good. I haven't read that actually, but I have
yeah,
read Aquaman and Teen Titans.
yes. So obviously things. It's another sort of just blow to the New 52 wasn't actually planned, and it's so clear that like writers right before the New 52 had plans that they cut short.
I mean, God, if Johns was allowed to do his Aquaman run without the constraint of a full universe reboot, like he would have included Jackson easily. Like
Oh
he
my
would have he would have been there, and it just sucks that he's not. Because if he did include Jackson, he would essentially need to rewrite the Brightest Day portion again at the start of that run.
again,
and
and
like it sucks.
I mean, hey,
really
I mean, there's a reason why
he essentially rewrites the entirety of Mira's backstory again and makes it a full issue.
I mean, and even then, but it's a I don't want to just John's even knows I don't want to tell the same story a second time.
Yeah, some things are different slightly.
So once again, blame Dan DiDio for a lot of DC's problems. It's sometimes
the
DiDio's
Burger King himself.
Um,
But yeah, I think obviously, I think for me at least, the strongest plot line of the ones we dealt with today, Martian Manhunter. I love his stuff so much. It's so
also really strong,
so fucking good.
oh
my God.
I do think the early part of the event is maybe a little too slow in places, but it's also setting up a lot of plot lines.
Setting up a lot of things. Yeah, exactly. And
So,
also,
like-
I think the Dead Man and Dove stuff really picks up once Hawk is removed from the plot line as well. That gets really good. It's Hawkman and Hawkgirl. I think it's just a rock solid plot line the whole way through. I think you're gonna really like where it goes when we pick back up with it in the main event. That'll be really fun to see. So
yeah.
Looking forward to all that when we cover that.
Good. I'm very honestly very excited. One, incredibly excited to get back to Jeff Johns' Green Lantern. Like those tie-ins to start. Also, just to see where this goes, because where we are does feel like we're entering an Act 3, like
of Johns' GL. Oh yeah, definitely.
No, Brightest Day. It feels like
yeah.
We're like that last cliffhanger of the universe. The universe is destroyed. Probably not actually destroyed.
No, of course not.
But yeah, it does feel like we're ending Act 2. Very much like the issue 7 cliffhanger felt like we're ending Act 1. And it's telling that things really did start to pick up with those middle issues. Like
Agreed. It's good stuff. Good
I also did a quick look up. It does seem that in later printings of the Omni, they fixed the issue 6 issues. Like,
oh, did they? Okay. Oh, are we looking it up? Okay, gotcha.
I looked it up. Yeah, apparently it was a in transferring the issues to the Omni format, there was a mastering error just on those images that didn't get caught.
But not the speech bubbles. That's so weird.
Not the speech bubbles. I don't know.
So weird. Huh.
Don't ask me how. I'm not in publishing.
All right. Well, anyway, I think that covers us for today. Obviously, next time we're covering the last volume of Brightest Day, as well as all the GL tie-ins to it. Very excited to cover all of those. I especially love the GL story so much. I think you're gonna really vibe with that. But all that said, I guess let's close this out. Let's do some promotions. Jacob, what do you have going on in your life right now at this very moment?
I have my blog. In between episodes, between last time and this time, I've definitely reviewed at least one Doctor Who book. I'm ready to read a Star Wars book. I'm about a third of the way through a Star Wars book.
Yay!
So it's kind of a short one. It's a kind of short one, so it's very possible that we get a review. It's very possible we get a review out of that either like by the time this episode comes out or very shortly after. Phil has been reviewing Star Trek: The Next Generation for the first time, and I will have just done an episode called "The Loss."
Damn
it, Joey! I don't like that reaction, man.
Do you want to know why? Because it kind of requires a trigger warning. It's really ableist. It's really ableist. It's really ableist. It's so bad. Oh man.
You know, after I praised Final Mission for not being the best episode, but at least being mostly okay about writing out a child character. With some I had a whole diatribe about sexism as to bump it over to your Star Trek videos. As well.
Yeah, we have Final Mission coming out. Yeah, we do definitely rail against the sexism in that as well. Our Final Mission video is out right now, and a good ep. Again, I'm just so mad at the ending of that, or mad at what the episode doesn't do. Which I complicated thing. Whatever. But yeah, also over on patreon.com/Bloodhood Studios, we also have our early review out for The Loss, which is at the Instant Lieutenant and Commander tiers. Also on our Patreon, you can get early Star Trek reviews, which is that obviously, but you can also get Star Trek commentaries. At the time of this coming out, we have recently put our commentary for Errand of Mercy, the first ever Klingon appearance in TOS, and us kind of reflecting on TOS Klingons for the first time, because back when we first watched it, we didn't really know what to expect. So now we there's a lot more retrospect in there that I'm really happy with how that commentary turned out.
Actually, that's what I kind of want to listen to. I think
you should check it out. I think you should check out all our commentaries, because I think they're all really good. But yeah, we also, our next commentary is The Alternative Factor, which we did record already, and wow, what a weird episode. Also on Patreon, there are bad movie commentaries. We are catching up on our May stuff, because again, there were some delays in recording and editing things in May. So
I think the May commentary is out.
It's out. It's out by now. Yeah, it came out Thursday, or will come out Thursday. So What's Up Tiger Lily is out now, and that's over on Patreon at the Lieutenant and Commander tiers. We're also going to do our June commentary towards the end of the month, which is Phantasm, right?
Phantasm. We just gotta get some scheduling stuff with our guests.
Yeah. So that, and
a guest who is really bad at keeping an up-to-date calendar on his shit.
But yeah, then also on the Patreon, there's Fresh Face Extras. It's even more of the podcast you're listening to right now. For this episode, we talked about Doctor Who stuff, with the cancellation of Doctor Who officially, pretty much officially. We talked for like 30 minutes about that, and some fun other things in there, but mostly Doctor Who, as we tend to do so very often.
The one before this, we didn't talk much Doctor Who. It's just this one we did because
that is true. Yeah. But also on our other stuff on YouTube, we have R2BD. It's our Star Wars show that me and my brother do. We have we're all caught up on our episodes. Actually, we're actually all caught up. We try to do one a month, and we're actually all caught up on those. We have reviews of current things that have come out recently, like Maul Shadow Lord Season 1, and we cover The Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm very happy with both of those reviews, especially the Mandalorian and Grogu one. I think people should check that out. Also, there's Fresh Face One Shots. It's even more of it's the spinoff of the show you're listening to right now. We cover current comics. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman by Matt Fraction, and The Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. And I think that's it for all of that. For promoting things on the channel, I'm afraid anything. I think that's it. Cool. Wonderful. Otherwise, wherever you're listening to us on, be sure to leave a rating, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you can do on there. You should do it, as long as it's positive. I would appreciate that greatly. Be sure
on YouTube, and you do dislike though. Dislike, because engagement is engagement.
That's true. Definitely. That is appreciated. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Bloodhound Studios. Any support there is greatly appreciated. Our link trees are down below in the description. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Any support there is greatly appreciated as well. And I guess that does it. So thank you all so much for listening. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
This has been Jacob Licklider, hanging off the side of a cliff.
Goodbye.